that thing right.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
All right, so we're gonna give a little lead up to this, so you're kind of gonna already have an idea of what we're doing today. But hot noodle challenge, boy.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you could call it a challenge, but Cody just figured out that I am not a fan of hot shit. That I'm a bitch when it comes to hot things.
You just thought you were so badass on what is probably the last podcast
What are you talking about?
by knowing the whole Nelly hot shit. So
No,
I'm really
no.
seeing what's up.
No, dude,
You
I'm
down
not
for
about the hot shit, dude.
We'll see.
I'm about some hot shit, but not the hot food shit. You know. Well, I guess you could say hot shits also.
And you want to know what's weirdest about this, because people have been asking me about this because I've kind of told some people at work. You being the chef.
I should be down for this.
You should. This shouldn't
Yeah,
even be.
no.
You should be cultured. This should be a callus.
No.
On your taste.
No,
bud.
see, I don't make hot food because I don't like to eat hot food. Like I flavor things, yeah, but I don't make hot food.
Yeah, but certain things we do, not for us, but for others.
And I'm doing this for you. So and for all the homies.
And I shout you out. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.
For obliging.
I actually made the noodles, so
yeah, I'm sure they're gonna taste great as far as quality.
They better be cooked correctly.
Now I was in World Market and I saw this and I was like, why not?
Yeah, if this okay. Do you want me to tell you what I was thinking at work before we eat? Before we eat?
Yeah.
So at work, I was like, because my first reaction when shit's too hot, I start crying, I start sweating, I'm for real, okay?
Okay.
And I was thinking at work, I was like, don't make it funny. That way we don't have to do it again. I was like, act like it's not shit. That way it doesn't become a recurring thing on the show. Because I'm like, oh, if it's funny, he's just going to be like, oh, let's do something hotter next time and make me eat something even more hot.
Well, this is my challenge to you then. I brought you this. Bring me something weird tasting.
I'm going to get you some sour. But
I'm down for something different. Texture that might be weird. Cause you chef, so you got things in your bag I don't know about.
Yeah.
I brought you hot ramen.
Well, let's see. Okay, let's see how hot it is. Let's see what's up.
Now, if this doesn't live up to the bag hype,
yeah.
Damn, we should have brought the bag in here. We'll post a picture of the bag, but the bag makes it look like we're dying.
It look like the devil's asshole. I mean, seriously, it's like bread hot. It's like bright red, 2 times spicy. There's a chicken on fire on the bag. Don't know if you saw that.
Now, I'm going to tell you some information about it. You're probably going to be able to tell me more after I tell you.
Okay.
It said it was 10,000 Scovilles. I don't know where that lands.
Oh, that's not a lot.
That's not?
No. Fuck. I mean, it's still going to be hot.
It said it was the second hottest one.
I'm pretty sure jalapenos are
like 3,000 or something.
I think there's something like that.
That's what I thought, because I thought I had read that the peppers were like. But there's got to be something else in here. If it advertises like.
I mean, it's gonna be hot.
I mean, you think the non-spicy noodles are hot? There's no spice in the regular noodles, and you think those are.
A jalapeno is 2,500 to 10,000. But I don't think a jalapeno is. I think a regular jalapeno is probably 25. Serrano and Aleppo pepper is 10,000 to 25,000.
Serrano, what does that come with? That's in something that you normally eat. Not you, but like we normally consume as.
I think it's in more Mexican food, or it might be in like Thai food.
Serrano. What is the pepper that's in the pizza thing? Like when you order a pizza, you get
banana peppers.
I thought it was something else. Not banana peppers. No, not on the pizza. The little
crushed red pepper.
Pachunis or something. They're like the little yellow. Papa John's is like really the only place that does it.
Oh.
Pepperoncinis?
Pepperoncinis. Pepperoncini, yeah. It's one
Is that hot? I mean, I eat them and they don't taste that hot to me.
I'm not a huge fan of them.
I mean, are they supposed to be up there?
No, those are pretty low. Okay, let's just say fucking do it.
This is falling pretty flat already.
Yeah. We haven't even eaten it yet.
Cut to like 3 seconds from now, we're crying. Well, these have gotten thick, my guy.
Yeah,
look, it's almost one solid piece.
That's what I was saying. I couldn't get them out of the fucking pot.
Now, tell me these don't look just like fucking SpaghettiOs. Like if SpaghettiOs had lasagna.
Dude, I'm not excited about
Is one of us going first, or is it like
I say we just say do it. Just do it at one.
What is your technique? You're doing. You're twisting.
I'm twisting. I ain't got no chopsticks.
How do you get?
You don't.
Did I get the scissors one?
Try not to twist it Try not to twist it up the handle of the fork. Try and keep it on the actual fork.
Oh, bro. Dude, we should have brought a wet wipe.
All right, let's do it. Oh, dude, it's hot.
Dude, this is some ASMR for you.
Bro, this is hot. Dude, it's hot, bro. Oh.
If I'm being honest,
Dude, I'm sweating. I'm already sweating.
nowhere near as hot as I thought it was going to be, though.
For real?
For real. I thought it was going to be like we take a bite and we're going to be done. Shut down. Now that I have you in a compromised position.
Dude, this is fucking hot.
Are you crying?
Yeah, my eyes are watering.
Damn, dude, you a weak.
Dude, when I tell you I'm a bitch when it comes to hot shit.
Hot shit. Ooh, I'm going. Now.
Oh my God, I swallowed.
All right, so I'm going to hit you with a question. Or
right, go ahead.
a statement into a question. So.
Oh, don't do it.
What do all these people have in common, okay? Jeremy Renner, Danny DeVito, Alicia Keys, Zach Galifianakis, Tom Cruise, Gal Gadot.
Scientology.
No, not Scientology. Tyra Banks, Paris Hilton, Nicole Kidman, Meg Ryan. You're hearing a lot of these are girls, right?
Except for Tom Cruise, Zach Galifianakis, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. What would all these people have in common?
They're all stars.
They got bigger feet than you, boy.
Shut the fuck up, you asshole.
All these people have bigger than an 8.5 foot.
Bro, I don't have an 8.5 foot. This is fucking hot, dude.
Dude, are you okay?
It's hot.
Are you gonna be fine?
I think I'll be fine.
We'll see.
But fuck. It's on my lips.
Dude, this is not that hot. I could have probably went with the black package, but they didn't have it in stock.
It's fucking hot, dude. By the way, I do not have a size 8.5 foot.
Let me clear that up.
I have a size 10.5. Actually, 10.5 to 11.5.
Not gonna lie, you cook them noodles pretty fucking good.
I fucking hope so.
Anytime I cook ramen noodles, which has been a long time since I have, other than those ones that we have, that special Japanese kind or Korean kind. You want some of this? It's gonna disguise the flavor. It's actually pretty good. Hitting you any better? You're like, now it's just hot and orange.
It's just hot oranges. Oh, fuck. That's some hot shit.
Dude, I think
My
it tastes
nose
great.
is running like a motherfucker.
Man, you're handling this not so hot.
Because it's hot.
I mean, what do y'all make at
Not this. We don't make this.
You don't make nothing hot?
We make chili rellenos that have poblano peppers in them.
So do you think this is more than 10,000?
I don't know. I don't eat hot shit. Why are you asking somebody who don't eat hot shit?
All right.
Fuck, dude.
So I was watching TV the other day, and I don't know for all you people, I don't know who watches 90 Day Fiancé. You watch it?
No.
You need to get on that.
No, I don't.
It's good.
You know what I watch? I watch YouTube videos of people eating hot shit, and I'm like, damn, they're dumb as fuck. Who would do that? That's what I watch.
Well, that's not so, dude. We're just not on the scale yet. That's what this is.
I couldn't even imagine if that's 10. Now I can't feel my top lip.
I mean, I'm definitely feeling things. That cup gonna be gone in a minute.
Dude, 100%.
Anyway, so I watched 90 Day Fiancé, and they just came out with a new show called Single Life, and it's where like it didn't work out with some people that were on the show.
Yeah.
And now they're in the dating world, so they're like all single starting the season, right? Now, one of the girls...
Something just happened to my jaw, dude. My TMJ's acting up from all the spicy.
My jaw keeps locked down.
Oh.
Anyways, so one of the girls, she's like recently single, and this dude takes her into a sex shop, and they start shopping around for toys. But she's asking for his advice on the toy. You can imagine what kind of guy I'm talking about.
No.
No.
Wait.
Okay, This is what I'm getting at.
Hold on. No. Is this the dude that she was with?
No. This is a friend.
Okay.
So this girl, she just
Was this her idea to go to the sex shop? Or was this his idea? Him being like, yo,
it's
you
kind
should
of like
do it.
both their idea. Like, hey, we should.
For a together toy or for like...
He a gay man is what I'm getting at.
Oh.
Okay? Her friend.
Oh.
Gay man.
I get it now. Okay. Because she knows about the whole dick thing.
Yes. So you're kind of on.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I just burped like for real up in the mic.
No,
My
you're
bad,
fine.
dude.
So you're kind of on the idea with me. But this is where I like fell.
Does he go straight for the fists?
No, I mean he went for like a fucking
Yeah, the arm.
door knocker. Not a hand, like a fucking
Yeah. Black and Pecker.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're like checking out the toys, and he's like, "You should get this, girl," and she's like, "That's way too big for me. I don't know about all that." And then it got to me. It got to me. I was like, how are they shopping for a toy for her? They have nothing in common. I don't understand.
They're both like penises inside them.
Okay. You don't see
Where are you not?
You don't see the disconnect here. He ain't got a vagina.
Yeah. He's got something tougher to get into.
Yeah,
that asshole, bro.
That's fine, but he doesn't know what it's like
to have vaginas.
Well, look, he might know what it's like to pleasure a vagina. I don't know if he was always a gay man.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now.
But he doesn't know what it takes to pleasure.
What it's about. Yeah. He don't know top of the key.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is your feeling on that? Because I talked to someone that was on the other end of it. That was like, no, he knows. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. And you are a girl. So you should know what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's hard to say because if he's been gay his whole life, I think it depends. Because like if you've been gay your entire life and you've never had any experiences with a vagina, then I don't think you're going to know your way around one. You know?
Even with it. My point is, everybody individually, that's how you should shop. You should shop.
Yeah, you should shop for you.
But
especially in that sense, because you know what you like.
She was going in there with no experience as far as like what she was looking for.
Yeah.
But my point is like, how are you gonna go with a guy because a guy doesn't have a vagina? So how is he gonna be like, oh, this is what you need, girl? Because that's what he was saying. He's like, this is what you need.
I would say that's probably not the best person to go with.
Yeah, right.
It's not first choice.
You know what I would do?
Call your mom.
I mean, 40 and up. Old lady. Like, I'm talking like somebody that's been there.
I hear you. She's been around the block.
What took you forever to figure out?
Yeah.
Now, tell me that.
Yeah. Get the secrets.
Yeah. The secret sauce.
Older people, I mean, they was still fucking, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know where you're coming at. For sure.
You know where I'm coming?
No. Well. Yeah. That's not.
Uh-uh.
But, yeah, no, I guess, yeah, that's
definitely
definitely not my
like an
first.
interesting thought. Like, I don't understand the premise and like how no producer was like, this is gonna come off weird.
Well, I mean, is she from a different place? Or
This
is she from
lady
here?
is from here. She was dating a guy from Iran, I think.
Okay. I was about to say, if she's from somewhere else, then she probably doesn't have like a lot of friends here if she just came here. So it would make sense for her to go with somebody she's comfortable with. And if that just so happens to be a gay guy that she's friends with, then
she
that makes
also
sense.
speaks perfect English. I mean, she's born and raised here. So there wasn't even a language barrier of not knowing what she was doing.
Yeah. Dude, a part of me wants to take another bite of that because I'm hungry. But then the other part of me is like, you're just going to die again.
Honestly, the noodles is really good.
Thanks, man.
Like, I fuck up some ramen. Like either not cooked or cooked too much.
You have like the fall apart noodles, and then you have the ones that are like still squishy, like really squishy.
Yeah.
Or like even hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll be eating it, and I'm like, man, that pepper was hard, and I was like, there are not even any peppers in this.
Dude, the hardest thing I have with sometimes is like when I'm making one pot meals, like jambalaya. I just made jambalaya Tuesday night. Actually,
at work,
at a party. No, I was at that party. I went to that bowling thing I was telling you about.
Okay.
We went back to his house, and he's like he's from Louisiana. His name's Hunter. I work with him at Twin Peaks. Shout out Hunter. We went bowling, and it was Fat Tuesday, and he's from New Orleans, so he's like all about Mardi Gras, right? So that's what, like, I think initially why everybody was getting together, because he wanted to like have a party for. He got like a keg and invited everybody, so it was super cool. And he bought a bunch of stuff to make jambalaya, and I was like, "Oh, I'll help you out." I was like, I do this kind of for a living." And he was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "You got it." And I thought he was like gonna like hang out and help or whatever, but he was having a party, dude. So he was off doing his thing. So it was just me in the kitchen. It was just me in the kitchen like doing shit. Everybody's like, who in the fuck cooks a whole ass meal at a party? And I'm like, oh, it's always me. I'm always the person who cooks food at the end of the night.
This is exactly how it broke down. You're like, yeah, man, I'll help. You start cutting, and you're like, hey, man, can you hand me that thing? And you're like,
wait, where'd everybody go?
Hey, man, hey, where you at? And then all these people show up, and they're like,
where's the food, bro?
He hired a private chef.
I walk in with a chef's coat on. I go get my knife roll from the car.
Your name's embroidered on your coat. You're like, hi, I'm Hilton.
Dude, no, which I'm cool with.
They're like, are we allowed to talk to him? Can we interrupt?
Should we close the door?
Hey, I have an allergy to cashews.
Yeah. You're not putting any cashews in this jambalaya.
You're like, I'm not a cook. I mean, I'm a cook, but
yeah. I was here to drink.
And
what's going on?
And then you're like, man, I'm finally getting taken serious though.
And
like, I don't want to blow
demand money at the end.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? But no, which I'm cool with, because I was like, yeah, shit, I don't go. I'll cook the whole thing. I'm not worried about it. I love it. So, but what I was getting at is, for me with rice dishes specifically, it's hard to judge like the amount of liquid to, because like if you're cooking a bunch of vegetables and sausage and chicken, a lot of those release juices over time. And then like if you add a stock or water in with your rice, it's like a measured out thing. That way the rice comes out the consistency you want. But it's hard to measure the liquid and stuff that's already in the pot and everything like that. So I was just eyeballing this shit that night. I was like, I was like, that looks like about enough rice. And then like put chicken stock and shit on top of it. And it came out like perfect. And I was so stoked. Because I always have issues with that. Or like with beans, like when I make beans at work, I always either put too much liquid in them. Yeah. Which sucks, because you have to either cook the liquid down and it takes an extra like 5 hours. Or if you don't put enough liquid in, you can scorch the bottom of them. And I mean, or you can just add more liquid, which most of the time is what happens anyway. But yeah, I was like actually stoked. I was just like on a whim. I was like, yeah, that looks fine.
It like came out perfect, but it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. Everyone's dead asleep. They're just bodies everywhere.
I'm excited as shit. I'm like, everybody come. Oh,
you're like whispering,
yes, damn it, yes, yeah,
yes. And then the only person up is a dog.
Yeah. Oh, it's that like, dog ate too.
Like so happy to see you. Like I'll try some.
Yeah. No, it was good though. I was excited about that. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Have you been cooking any cool shit? Trying anything new? Or no?
No, but about a year ago I started like into a weight loss thing. So I was like trying to get really educated on how to eat a lot of food, but it to be like
minimal calorie.
Yeah. And I found ways to like make certain recipes to where I can still eat as much as I want, but like either half or even less than that in calories. So one of the ones that I've been eating lately is like this like super low calorie French toast. Mm-hmm. But it's like basically all the exact same ingredients taste pretty much exactly the same.
It's just like a specific type of bread that you're using, and like,
I mean, you can do any bread, but you just like base it off of like those calories. So it's like the bread I use now is like 45 calories per slice. So I can get away with like 6 slices on top of the other ingredients, and it'd be like,
it's still,
600 calories. And that's if I'm like loading up on all the other shit on it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But it's weird. Like I got really good on track, lost like 40 pounds or something like that, and then I started celebrating a little bit that I was lost
like
weight.
how I lost a bunch of weight, and then
and I was like,
slowly gaining it back.
And my memory dog shit, so can't remember any of the shit I was eating then, other than this French toast recipe.
Oh, that's the only recipe you have from
I mean,
like,
I have
back yonder.
I remember a pizza one, which is really good, and it's like really low.
Oh
in
yeah, I
calories.
remember you telling me about that.
Yeah,
It sounds good as fuck too.
it's nice. I mean, it's no like Domino's or nothing,
Dude.
Also, all the haters that are coming up to me,
everybody.
they go Domino's, huh?
Yeah. And it's weird that more people are into Pizza Hut than Domino's now, for some reason.
Pizza
we
Hut-
put this shit out and everybody's like, oh yeah, Pizza Hut's the best. Hey guys, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Domino's.
Also, I had no idea that Papa John's has just completely lost their footing on the industry. Because when I was growing up, I remember when I was like 8, and you know, this is like whoever
40 something years ago.
Well, no.
What?
No. This was on 1997. Not that long ago.
Oh. Sorry, I got confused.
You're like 30 years ago? No, but this was my mom was dating this guy, Terry. Well, I guess they got married, whatever. Terry.
They were dating and then
he
they,
was
like,
into
married
Papa
or
John's.
whatever.
So I was like, "Oh, damn, dude," cuz I don't remember pizza
I
before
grew up
then.
on Papa John's, dude.
I just remember like the frozen pizzas, like fucking
Like Red Baron and Totino's and all that shit.
Totino's, not Red Baron. We
The little baby ones.
Yeah.
The like dollar store rigs.
Yeah. There was also a red box one that wasn't Totino's, but it was like
The little
fucking, it was like $1.
yeah, the little Totino's one where the crust is basically just paper. Like it's not thick
You
at
didn't
all.
have to take the cardboard bottom off because it was
you
the
put
pizza.
you just put the whole thing in the oven.
And when it's done
and
cooking,
the cardboard
it combines.
melts onto the top of it almost.
it
The
gives it
cheese,
structure.
The cheese is like carved out almost. You know what I'm saying?
The crust was cardboard.
You're right.
Because if you take the cardboard off, you just have a block of cheese.
Yeah, it's not always.
And it
then
was
there-
like
but- and then
government
there's-
cheese.
Yeah, and then there's like a tomato sauce that's not really sauce anymore. It's kind of like it's like paint.
Spray paint?
Yeah, it's just painted on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I tell you what though,
We had the same shit on our mailbox out front.
yeah, and that shit didn't come off, did it?
No.
Yeah, that shit's still on the inside of my
Stayed in
stomach
my teeth for
sure.
quite a minute.
Yeah. Oh, and if you get some of that hot cheese, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but have you ever had like when you take a bite, the cheese flips up onto your tooth, and then the hot part hits your gum, like up here, dude? I'm serious. It's like. It's excruciating. And then you feel like you burned your gums.
Now, I will say this. I haven't had this problem with pizza. I've had this problem with Hot Pockets.
Oh, yeah.
Hot
Yeah,
Pockets hold a temperature of the surface of the sun.
Dude, and you know what? I honestly think what Yeti did, the cup company,
Okay.
I think they just patented Hot Pockets design
Wow, they ripped
to
them off.
hold. I think if you cut a Yeti cup in half, I think there would just be a Hot Pocket lining in between the two pieces of metal. And that's how you can keep stuff so hot or so cold.
It's just pepperoni and 3 cheese on the inside.
Yeah. And then like weird oregano for some reason in there. And that's all they did. Because you can keep coffee in one of those things hot as shit for like a day.
That
like a
wouldn't
whole
even
day.
be the wildest thing. I want to see, you know, the guy on YouTube that fucking cuts things with
cuts
like
shit
a
in half?
1,000-degree knife, and he just.
Oh, he just cut shit in half. Yeah.
I wanna challenge him to cut a fucking Yeti cup open and it not be a Hot Pocket.
Yeah. I'm betting.
Because that's a counterfeit Yeti cup.
I'm betting on that. Definitely Hot Pocket involved. Hot Pocket's involved there somehow.
But yeah, dude, you used to have those all the time. So he would order Papa John's. He was like a mad Papa John's fan. And this was like back when their pizzas were like dusty, so it had all that white shit all over.
On the bottom?
Yeah, so it'd be like extra flour, but I didn't know
It was
what that shit
flour.
was at the time. I was just like, man, this got pizza powder all over it.
Why did I put so much powder on here?
But yeah, so like back then, dude, fucking Papa John's were, at least in the neighborhood I was in, was running shit.
Yeah.
You know? Because we'd always see their cars in and out of the neighborhood.
Dude, they still run shit, I think. Because most of the people that I talk to are like Papa John's hands down type people.
Really?
Or I guess like friends from growing up still rock Papa John's. Because like we used to do Papa John's when we were kids and when we started doing delivery pizza. When we switched from like Totino's and stuff, the frozen section shit, and started ordering pizza, it was Papa John's. First off, I think because it was so close to our house. It was literally like 10 minutes, or less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But like whenever I would go over to my friends' houses and we would do pizza night, it was always Papa John's. And it's still that way. Like most of my homies, their favorite shit's Papa John's. You know, except for me and you.
It always bums me out when like somebody's like, yeah, like, yo, come over for a fight. I got food, you know? And I'm like, oh, sick, dude. I wonder what food they got. And then like you come over and it's like this, you're like,
It's the vegetable tray.
or it's like, they're like, I'll get pizza for the fight. And you're like, fuck yeah. Hopefully it's a pizza I like.
Yeah.
And then you get there and it's your exact rival. You're like, cool. Nice. I'll have a water.
Yeah. What else y'all got?
Yeah.
I guess liquid dinner it is.
Yeah. You're like, no, I ordered some food. They're like, we got pizza. And I was like, I saw what you got.
My Uber Eats will be here in a couple minutes. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Dude, I just watched that. After we watched the Just a Dash episode, the Maddie Matheson episode, a couple nights ago, I've been rewatching them. I'm a huge fan of Maddie Matheson, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of him.
Shout out. Send this link to him.
Shout out, seriously. He's a chef from Canada who's got a couple restaurants. Canada. And he does a YouTube series called Just a Dash. It's a cooking show.
It's basically stand-up comedy.
That's exactly.
Cooking.
It's really not like a normal cooking show. You're gonna watch it and be like, "What the fuck? Did he even cook anything? Like, did he do anything?" It's just him being him, pretty much, and making food at the same time. But
the funniest human alive, maybe. Definitely hands down the funniest chef.
Yo, 100%, 100%. But I think just him as a friend would be one of the funniest people ever, just to have in your life.
Dude, it'd be cool as fuck if like y'all were like in a non-weird way, like pen pals, or like you could hit him up for advice, like,
yeah, like I'm not
yo,
trying
should
to
I take this position?
Nothing, but just like with kitchen shit.
Yeah, you should be like, yo, should I take this? Like, should I do this food truck? Should I be a chef somewhere? Should I leave here? You know, things like that.
Yeah, I think he would be a good person to be like that with, because he's got so much experience and he's moved around here and there, you know?
Yeah.
He hasn't just stayed in one spot. So I think he's got a lot of experience as far as, you know, what to do with your career and shit like that. So
I would love to watch him just do stand-up if he ever decided.
Well, I told you he's trying to do, before the whole COVID thing, he was doing like 30-minute sets before the dinners and stuff, basically at like comedy clubs. Like, I'm pretty sure he was trying to do stand-up or making his way into, but I don't think he called it stand-up. It was like almost like a Q&A type thing, but he was just telling stories almost, but it was supposed to be a funny, like, laugh thing.
Yeah.
So, which could very easily be turned into stand-up.
I mean,
because he talks to other comedians about, I think it was on the Whiskey Ginger podcast with Andrew.
Okay.
He talks about some of those shows, and he's like, yeah, I've got a good like 30 to 40 minutes of material. And when he said material, I was like, what? And then Andrew starts asking him about it, and that's when he kind of hints that it basically is stand-up, but just not with the stand-up title.
Yeah.
Which I would pay an arm and a leg to go see that. That would be so much fun.
That would be dope, dude.
But what I was saying was, I was rewatching I've been rewatching all those episodes, and he's got one that's like a party tray pizza, but it's a homemade dough and everything like that.
It's like a massive pizza?
It's like a half sheet pan, so it's like this big.
Okay.
You know? But it's like a 3-day rise on your crust. So you make it like 3 days before and let it, and the flavor's supposed to be insane because it's just sitting there and like basically getting better. Because the longer the yeast and the glutens have time to do their thing, the more flavor it'll have.
Flavor Town, baby. I said Flavor Town,
baby.
Flavor Town, baby. Dude, hold on. Pause on that. Did you see the picture?
I'm gonna forget it. But
did you see the picture
Guy
of
Fieri?
With regular hair?
No, without frosted tips.
You.
Where?
Yeah, regular hair, regular facial hair.
Where?
I sent it to you online, bro.
On the gram?
On the gram.
I didn't see
you
it.
don't ever look at any of the shit I send you.
I don't get on my shit, man.
Anyways, you were saying just take a look at that.
I will, but I've been trying to. I don't even know what I was just gonna say.
Maddie Matheson.
The pizza. I'm gonna mess around with that. I'd love to do something like that. I think it'd be really cool. I haven't really done too much of the whole baking thing, because like with
Baking
desserts
seems
and
like
baking,
super scientist.
it's very precise.
Yeah.
If you measure something wrong, because every cookbook, every recipe that you're gonna get baking is very like it's all measured out very specifically.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it the correct way, like if you're getting a cup of flour, and instead of getting like a regular cup of flour, it's a mounded cup of flour. It's not flat. It's gonna fuck the whole recipe up. So you have to.
Which
you
is
literally
so wild
have
about
to
baking.
It's
because
the
if you're
worst.
like making spaghetti,
yeah,
you can
I
do
have
whatever
all the
you
shit.
fucking want.
What did you send it on? Oh God,
You see it now?
Mark Norman. No, dude.
He looks like somebody's stepdad, dude.
Dude, that's awesome.
He
looks like okay. No lie.
like. I don't want to be offensive. He almost looks Oriental of some sort.
I wasn't gonna say that, but he almost looks like the guy I'm named after.
He almost looks like what?
The guy I'm named after. My dad's best man. His name's Jim Hilton. I'm gonna show you a picture of him.
Okay, yeah.
Because
I didn't know you were named after a best friend.
Well, it's like my dad. He was my dad's best friend, and he's like one of my.
I mean, that's why I said best friend, but that's okay. Whoa! Yeah, it does.
It's wild, ain't it?
That's insane.
This guy, dude.
Dude, your uncle is fucking Flavor Town.
He's not my uncle, but it's okay.
No, I mean Guy Fieri is your uncle, bro.
Guy Fieri is my uncle for sure.
Uncle Guy.
Uncle Guy. Not the same name. It's okay though.
Do you call him Uncle Fieri or Uncle Guy?
I call him Mr. Uncle.
Mr. Uncle Guy?
Yeah, Mr. Uncle. No guy. Mr. Uncle.
He goes, I dropped the guy a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm just Mr.
Yeah,
Uncle
when
now.
I say Uncle Guy, people get real confused. So I just say Mr. Uncle. But yeah, I wish Guy Fieri was my uncle. I love my uncles now, but if I could have one uncle where you don't see all the time, but he comes around every once in a while,
Yeah.
and just like big family events,
You know what
Guy
you do?
Fieri for
You know what
sure.
you do?
Reach out,
To his daughters.
bro.
Bro.
No,
You trying
Does
to be
he
in the
have
family?
no.
You
He's
trying
got
to
a son that loves shoes. He's got a son that loves shoes.
I don't know.
I might hit his son up and be like, "Yo, check these sweet cakes
You
out."
trying to S my D?
No, dude.
Oh.
Where are you going?
I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to. You said because his shoes were sick, because like maybe y'all could like.
Get cut out. No,
I'm sorry. I thought you were going on a different route than that.
No, that's not my lifestyle anymore, man.
That's not my
S&Ds.
name. That's not my name.
No,
Hey.
I'm not S&Ds no more, man.
Are you J and
Not even ever, actually. Not even once.
Have you ever J to D?
Jade my own D.
Oh, dude.
This is gross. Let's stop talking about this. Yeah, Guy Fieri's awesome though. Guy Fieri's another person I would like to hang out with. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he's like such a down to earth dude. That's why I never understand why people talk so much shit about him. Like he's a good guy.
You're like
All the people that hate Guy Fieri, you can go fuck yourselves, dude.
dude,
Because he
these
is
noodles have you
awesome.
on another level.
I'm serious.
You're
I'm like high
oh,
as
these
shit.
guys.
I'm like high as shit from these noodles, bro. That all the capsaicin or whatever that's in there got me feeling some type of way. But yeah, so all you people that hate on Guy Fieri, y'all quit it, man. He's a good guy.
Guy does seem like my dad's a big Guy fan.
Yeah,
Big. I mean,
he's a big diner driver.
you and my
Guy
dad
fan.
would like fucking bond over food so much.
Yeah.
Like he's fallen in love with food, like in his second part of his life.
Yeah,
Like I don't even really know what his hobby was before, other than like he drinks. He's an alcoholic, but
Yeah.
I don't know like what his hobby, other than drinking, was other than food in
Right.
his life.
well,
Beforehand, he would like tinker around with cars, but like I wouldn't even call that like a hobby like this.
I would say, well, because you used to race, right? And that was like
Yeah.
you and your dad's thing, kind of. I know that was.
I mean, we did dirt track racing, like oval, not like,
yeah,
but we would like work on the car on the weekends and then race it like the following weekend. Or we would work on it during the weekend, race it on the weekends. But it was like we got an opportunity to race my uncle's car. So like my uncle saw that it all sprung from me being like really into NASCAR and like Dale Earnhardt and
yeah. And he
all
was
them.
like, "Yo,
yeah, he was like, what would you want to do if you could do anything in the world, and I was like, dude, I would race cars, you know, because I had just gotten out of like really. This was right before, or this was right after the story of me being in football, where I trucked that little kid.
I was about to say, how old were you when all this started happening?
Like
Because you were driving when you were what, like 14, 15 type thing? 13, 14, 15?
I was well, like I said, we grew up in a trailer park, so I was driving at 10.
Yeah.
But only moving the car around the yard at 10.
Right.
And we had a go-kart and, you know, fucking lawnmower engine on it. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Those things are sick, though.
I mean, it was like a 2.5 horsepower.
That's all you need, baby.
I mean, I was a thick boy.
Hey, dude, power to weight ratio on a 2.5 to however much you weighed is okay.
Yeah, I would have rather 2.5 horses.
Man.
Like, legit 2.5 horses could have really got up.
That's too many legs, man. That's 10 legs.
Yeah. 2 horses is 10 legs?
You said 2.5.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, bitch?
That's oh, damn. They got mad aggressive. He's like, don't question my horse skills. I got mad horse mathematics skills.
Horse math up here, baby.
But yeah, I got that. And I originally was really into the Dallas Cowboys when I was a kid because my dad went to school with Emmitt Smith at Escambia High School.
Cool.
And then I was like, oh, that's so sick. And when you're growing up, whatever you're told you're into, you're into.
He came in and ate at Global like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Emmitt Smith, yeah.
That's wild.
Him and his brother were up there.
But my dad, like, played football with him, not on the level of him, of course. And
but just to say you were on the same team with Emmitt Smith is fucking sweet.
Wild.
Yeah.
And so I was really big into that. And then I got really big into NASCAR. So weird football story. My dad went to school with Emmitt Smith. Same football team.
Right.
I went to school with Trent Richardson. Same school, same football team.
Just different years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what do you mean different years?
Like he graduated a different year you did or something?
No, me and him had the exact same years. We went to school
really?
at the exact same time on the same football team at the same field, same time.
Did y'all ever play together?
Yeah.
Oh, so you played together. We played with Trent Richardson.
Yeah, I mean, I never did any tackle drills with him because I know better.
Yeah. You were like, hey, I know he's not where he is now. But I can tell that kid, he's going to murder some people.
Yeah, like I would talk to Coach, and he's like, we're doing tackle drills today, boys. And I was like, Coach, you see what it looked like?
I don't think he needs drills anymore. I think he's got the whole tackling thing
I was
down.
like, he understands.
Yeah, he's got
And
it.
he goes, it's not for him, boys. And I was like, for us, I don't even need to do football anymore. I'll just get a job.
You know what? I think I'm out.
I didn't even make it to the
Fuck
season.
this shit, I'm
which
out.
I just saw that video, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny as fuck. But that's that summer game because you do like a full like off season and then you have like a summer game.
It's like
or
Jamboree
spring
or whatever.
game or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you play the season.
Mm-hmm.
I made it to the end of the spring game and money ran out.
Yeah.
So I couldn't afford the season.
Yeah.
Also, I was like, if people like that's on my team.
Yeah. How did your team do during the season though? Were y'all like
If I
8-0 or
remember
12-0 or
correctly,
whatever?
the season where he really blew the fuck up, like in our school, we were like 7-5.
Yeah.
We were not that
Okay,
great.
so it wasn't like
But his numbers were great.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're talking about one person carrying a team in a high school. That's gonna be hard. You gotta have several good players. Like because when you go to college,
one person is not gonna.
the whole team is already good.
Yeah.
It's just are they cohesive together?
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's when the whole team dynamic starts to come in and the coaching.
And then
all
you've
that
seen
stuff.
what he did in Alabama. So
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing that at Escambia, but
Exactly.
with Escambia players.
If you had a good quality high school team that can make him look that good, like if you had good quality players across the board,
Yeah.
and allowed him to do the same kind of stuff he was doing in college at the high school level, yeah. But I mean, he didn't have any trouble getting into a college and blowing up from college, so it's not like he needed, what? We got.
I mean,
It's not like he needed extra help in high school. Is what I'm saying. What?
I don't know.
What, dude?
I don't know. Are you asking me, did he need extra help in high school?
No, I'm saying he didn't. No, dude, not like that. No.
I don't know. I don't know. If you're asking me, I don't know.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, continue your story.
Anyway, so that was wild that my dad went to school with Emmitt Smith. Same years, on the same team, played. But I think my dad actually played games. He never started, but he played on the team. Mm-hmm. You know, tic-tac-toe on the bench or whatever it was.
He had a jersey.
Yeah.
He had pads. Probably a helmet, too.
They probably shared pads. Not him and Emmett, but like...
him and Emmett
Him and the water
pads.
boy were sharing pads, and my dad was like, I like to play.
Yeah. He said, you got any
He goes,
wrist
go
guards?
get some fucking water for the team. Okay.
Hey, man.
Okay, coach.
That means he gave Emmitt Smith water. What's up, dude?
Yeah. My dad helping out legends.
What's up? Keeping everybody hydrated out here.
Everybody. And then, so after the whole football thing, and that kind of fell off when I was younger, we moved back from Jacksonville, and we got here, and pretty much all my grandparents died in like 4 years. You know, we moved back because my dad's dad died.
Right.
My dad was like, let's move back, take care of grandma. Mm-hmm. And then she passed, which was like obviously hard because in those 4 years, both my parents became orphans, which I didn't know orphans meant your parents aren't alive.
Yeah.
I thought orphan meant like you were adopted kind of thing.
Right.
But so that happened in those 4 years. That shit was tough to watch. Mm-hmm. My dad is like...
He's like a mama's boy type?
Well, he's like his dad never said I love you kind of thing.
Oh,
his mom was
love.
really similar to that, but was like really expressive with how she felt. Like she'd tell you like straight up, but they also didn't say I love you a lot.
Right.
But he got more of the love from his mom, of course.
Right.
But to watch my dad go through something like that, my dad's been more expressive in his life. He's not with like you kissing all over him.
Well, I hope not.
I kiss my dad. I don't give a fuck. Not on the lips, but if I love you, I'm kissing you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love you, dude. You know?
Okay.
But my dad never like got hugs and shit from his dad and all that shit. But so all that happened, and some of the family got closer. Some of them got separated. Mm-hmm. Well, my Uncle Doug came in town, and he was like a truck driver. So was my Uncle Wayne, which is like really my dad's cousin. It's like a weird thing, but he's older than my dad. Or my dad's older than him, but he's his uncle.
Yeah.
It's really confusing, I know.
Family shit's...
So I don't know if he's my cousin or if he's my uncle. But I think he's actually my cousin, but we've always called him Uncle Wayne.
Yeah, either way, don't let him touch you. Yeah. Either way.
Yeah. But so when I got back, Doug, truck driver, he was like, what do you like to do now? Because he hadn't seen us in a few years and we hadn't seen him. And I was like, I mean, I'm really into NASCAR, you know, like the furthest thing into that sport that I had done at that time is we went to fucking qualifying at Daytona.
Oh, okay, cool.
But we only went to qualifying. So we lived in Pensacola, Florida.
What day was it or something?
I mean, that's the day they get there.
Yeah, like Friday or some shit, or Thursday?
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, Thursday, Friday. We might have
it's usually Saturday and Sunday races, right?
Yeah, we didn't even get to see the Busch race, which at the time was the Saturday race, which is like, if NASCAR is pro, or like at the time, like Winston Cup was pro,
yeah,
the Busch series was like the amateur. That's what you're doing right before you go pro.
Okay.
But they're like as watched. Which nowadays I don't even know what the fucking series is called because I don't really follow it much anymore.
See, I was unaware of that there were two separate, or that there are different levels.
There's like 4.
Really?
So like
it's like AA and AAA of baseball type thing.
Pretty much. Yeah. You're talking about less sponsored people.
Less still named. Big name, but still big name sponsors.
Dude,
though,
yeah,
right?
like some big name sponsors. Also, some big names are racing down there because they just want to get a groove for the track to get an idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it hundreds of times, but they still want to do it to get in a groove for the next day.
Right.
To know what they're doing. Not that they really need it, but they'll just do it. Because sometimes they'll try to win a championship at both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? You can do that?
Yeah, you can. You just have to race a certain amount of races. And I think that amount is like 5 or more races for you to qualify to be able to win it. You obviously can't win it even if you race 5 races and won every race. There's 36 races. You're not going to have enough points.
Right.
You wouldn't even make the playoffs now.
Gotcha.
But back then it wasn't playoffs. It was like race to the chase.
Okay.
Or like whatever it was called back in the day. Some like way back in the day, they would start your points off from day 1 to the very final race. People would be winning their championships like with 10 races left.
Oh, wow.
So it wouldn't even fucking matter what they really did. Yeah. They would still race them trying to win, but it wouldn't really matter.
Doesn't matter at that point.
I mean, Petty had 7 championships. Dale had 7 championships. And I think Jimmy Johnson passed Dale for 8.
Damn.
But that's all. I mean, that's crazy races. So that means the entire season had to go good enough.
I was about to say, that's 8 years, correct? Because there's a season every year.
Yeah, and it's not even like in a row, but it's like for an entire season.
Yeah. Which
NASCAR races back then were different amount of races per season, but like right now I think it's 36 races. Mm-hmm. You're talking thousands of miles at that point.
Yeah.
But per race, you're talking about like 6-7 hour races sometimes, hundreds of miles. You're not getting out of the car.
Yeah.
I don't know how they shit, but I know how they pee.
Yeah.
I don't know that they shit. They might do like things before the race to like make sure they're cleaned out.
I don't think they.
But your body's probably going so fucking high on like an adrenaline that it's not even fucking mattering.
I didn't realize how hot the inside of those cars were.
Oh, dude. Yeah, but they also have an AC they can turn on and off.
I know they have the suit shit.
Yeah, which is wild to me that there's not like some form. Maybe there is, but maybe it just doesn't fucking matter because it's so hot. That there's not some form of like duct that goes from the front of the car that blows just straight air from outside on you. Oh, yeah. You know, not AC air, just enough to get wind blowing through.
Yeah. Well, I think now with all of the, like I was talking about the like water suits, basically they have like an intercooler in the back.
Yeah.
That just runs cool water throughout their suit. They're inside underneath their like fire suit.
But it also
which is supposed to keep them down, right? Which is it's
like
kind of tough
to they're big on like how the power is
weight shedding the whole line, right? But I mean, I was watching something the other day, and it had one of the guys had a temperature gauge inside the car.
Yeah,
it was like 114 degrees.
Yeah,
or something
they can lose up to like 15 pounds a race.
Shit, dude.
I mean, a lot of it is just water, but
yeah, that's still. I mean, that's insane though. Yeah, that's crazy. Did you guys ever go to Talladega?
No, we literally only ever went to Daytona once for qualifying.
See, my homie
and I saw Earnhardt Jr. qualify. Dale was already passed. Senior was already passed. Yeah.
Anthony and a bunch of his buddies go to like Dega pretty much once a year for the summer race stuff.
Some sad news.
What?
Travis is moving back to Birmingham.
What?
Yeah. So
really,
maybe we can schedule like a race. Go up there, see a race or something.
What? That's crazy, dude. That sucks.
He just told me today because he was
like... Did
you
cry out loud?
No, I was at work, so I was like, fuck, dude. But he was like, what would be a good idea is if y'all had like a little video montage intro for like the YouTube. I was like, man, that would be a really good idea. He's like, my brother in California does editing. And I was like, well, Kitty here does it. Yeah. So we could get him to do it. And he's like, also... we're moving back to Birmingham. And I was like, fuck.
Dang, dude, that sucks. Well,
so we have to get up with him and have coffee before he leaves.
For sure. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. I miss Travis, man. Travis, I miss you if you're listening, my guy.
Yeah. Love you, my boy.
Love you, boy.
But I went from the football to that. Doug was like, I'll get a Stinger car, which is the lowest level you can get on a dirt track, which means it's a 4-cylinder car.
Okay.
Literally off the road. So like any 4-cylinder car on the road can be in this class. All you have to do is put a roll cage in it. That's it.
Gotcha.
You can't
Can you do stuff to the engine though?
You can't do anything. It's got to be
fully stock.
Oh. Yeah. So you're talking about there's this dude out there on our track that had a Ford Probe. Mm-hmm. He had to have shit done to that car.
Yeah.
I mean, and they inspect them, but they're not inspecting.
Yeah.
So what we think is he had the block bored out
Oh, so it was like
and we're talking like
instead of like a 1.7 liter, it's like a 5.3. It's like this big.
we're talking like he won every race, and it wasn't close. He would be lapping people.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like they never looked into. I mean, how could they look into that? They would have to take his engine apart. It's a fucking neighborhood race.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, but
it's
also
not like a
that
sanctioned event.
I'm 15 racing for first place, and I remember being in the Strawberry 80, and there's a qualifying heat. There's two of them because only 30 cars could make the main. So 20 and 20 would race. So 5 of each just aren't, or 10 of each just, what the fuck? 5 of each just aren't making it. Sorry.
He said 10. Wait, hold on.
You're not only are you racing to make it into the race, but where you finish
Where
is
you
qualifying.
start. Right.
I made first in mine.
Oh, but the probe was in the other one, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and in this, he raced in the first one, which gives you pole, and I got right behind pole, so I'm second, really starting the race.
Yeah.
So he gets inside position. I'm outside. And as soon as it starts, he fucking takes off. I won first in my heat. I won second in the race.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you win anything?
I got two. I got this like for the heat. They gave you like a smaller trophy, something you would have originally got for like third place in a regular race.
Yeah.
And then for second, I got a pretty decent sized trophy for
That's
second
tight.
place.
Yeah.
And they gave me
They gave you like a strawberry 80 sticker.
no, I want to say like $200. But
Hey, that's a new 4-cylinder whip right there, dude.
I mean, it is
Seriously,
depending on where you whipping.
bro. You can get you a cheap 4-cylinder, bro.
Yeah, but we're at the point of where we're racing to afford to race the next race.
Yeah.
So my $200 went into the next race
Straight into the like new tires and all that shit, huh?
Yeah, and the people where the car was being held out was in Molino. We lived off dog track in Pensacola, so you're
It was
talking
a
like
stroke to get out.
yeah,
there.
fucking stroke. We're talking like an hour one way, and it got to a point where I couldn't go over there after school and help work on the car.
Yeah.
So Doug was just like, "Yeah, you're off the team,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Dude, you see the position? Let us bring the car home and work on it."
Yeah.
Because we
like
we
I
bought a
can't do
trailer and
anything
everything,
about it.
and we did bring it home every once in a while. But like any mechanical needs,
You'd have to take it out there.
can't.
They
I
have
think
like a
his name
lift and
was-
shit out there.
I think his name was Little Boy, something like that. Little Boy,
Little
like
boy
would work,
and Big John.
but Little Boy was like 65, 70. I mean, he was old, and he was like you couldn't understand what he was saying.
Oh yeah, like true Molino boy.
Yeah, talking about might have been part Creole.
Oh, ooh.
He's like, break bad.
Okay.
I'm like, what?
Hey, for sure, don't do whatever you just did ever again.
I tried.
But I know what you mean, though. I tell you what, some of those Molino boys, it's
Oh.
hard to understand. Hard to understand those.
Yeah,
guys.
what the hell was your original question about the racing? Oh, yeah, but I did the dirt track race. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did it for a full season. I ended up like third in points, but it's because we couldn't race every race.
Yeah.
Also, I was kicked off before the end of the season, so probe guy won the whole season as he had done like the previous 4 or something like that.
Damn.
There was really good talent out there, but it's like you have to be moving up to like open stock and you're talking about people that have like 800 horsepower cars.
It's wild how quickly it goes from like, yeah, just pull that shit off the street to like, oh, y'all for real about
Yeah,
this.
you're racing around in a roll
Just a
cage,
cage.
and just fucking 10
Yeah, just
aluminum
flapping
side.
around.
You're like, whoa,
Dude, that's what my homie does. My homie Michael Emmons. He races. I don't know where. He used to race a lot, but he's kind of backed off of it now because he like got a job and all kinds of stuff. But he still does it every once in a while, and he'll talk about some of the carb shit that he's been doing.
Yeah.
And it's like shit like that. It's like 600, 700 horsepower, just roll cage with the weird front type thing, and
Yeah.
then just aluminum sides. It's like gnarly, dude.
Dude, you know what's wild is, do you know the Boyettes?
Yeah.
They own the porta potties and the
Yeah.
right. They race.
Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of their I know that they sponsor a lot of stuff.
Joey Logano used
Yeah.
to race here.
Really?
Yeah, in the series against the Boyettes. They have a rivalry because apparently the Boyettes have fought Joey and his dad.
Oh, wow.
So there's like no love, you know?
Not a good name to bring up around her.
No, I didn't know that. And I used to room with a buddy of mine named Sam, and he was real close with the Boyettes. He like went to school with one of the sons.
I think my dad is friends or went to school with one of the guys from Boyettes.
Yeah.
From maybe it wasn't my dad, but somebody I know is really close with them.
I don't know how much money they have, but the son didn't come off like he had money. Like, I'm saying, like, he was down to earth. Like,
okay.
He didn't come off like, yo, I got fucking money, don't talk to me. I got shit money, you know what I'm saying?
Money, dude.
Oh, but if I remember correctly, he still raced at the time, and he was real chill.
Yeah.
Never had any problems with
what's
him.
up.
Which makes me really feel like Joey must be an asshole.
Yeah, if you piss off a guy like that, you got to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, because you're talking about a country boy that understands.
Boyettes have handled some shit, okay?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've seen some shit.
They've seen some shit, okay? And if you piss someone off enough to get in a fight with them, I'm just saying. All right, quick question. Well, maybe not quick, but I was just thinking about this when we were talking about this. Do you think you could ever be, because you said your uncles were truck drivers?
Do you think I could ever be touched by a truck driver?
We'll start there. Go ahead. Continue.
I mean, I've been on road trips with truck drivers.
Okay. Now, next question. Do you think you could be a truck, like an 18-wheeler, like truck driver?
You're talking about eastbound and down, loaded
like
up
that.
in a truck.
Like with the cab.
Doing what they say cannot be done.
Shit like that. Do you
Yeah.
think you could do it? Like by yourself, like East Coast, West Coast type thing?
Caveat. This is how I could do it.
You brought Callie.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Now, if we're talking I was a truck driver, Callie wouldn't be in my life. Now, what would be in my life? Monkey. I'm going to have...
Shut the fuck up.
What are they called? Marzipan? Or is that a pizza? What kind of monkey is that?
Marzipan is like a clay.
Marzipan?
Marzipan.
What is the monkey like on Friends? The monkey that Ross had?
I don't know, man.
What the... Kombucha? Or is that... No, that's
Kombuchas
a drink.
are the... No, kombucha is a drink. Kombucha.
What the hell?
Shampoochi? No.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's a dog
the little
cleaning
one
service.
that they keep on leashes sometimes? Or the one that does this thing?
The one from, like, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Didn't see it. We're missing each other.
Ross's monkey type. Yeah,
What is it? Marzipan?
Capuchin.
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 We're
monkey.
way off. I mean, close
Kombucha.
enough. Kombucha. Talking about shampoo.
Capuchin.
That's how I could do
Capuchin.
it. If I don't get the monkey, how can I do it? I'm going to need a smoky. Or I am the smoky. I'm going to need a... I'm going to need a bandit.
Oh, wait.
You know what Smokey and the Bandit is?
Yeah.
I'm going to need a bandit, bro. I'm going to need somebody that's being wild
Yeah.
while I'm not.
Why, though?
You can be a truck driver?
No, I don't. I never said I could. But you're talking about monkeys and bandits, and I'm trying to figure out what you... So if you can't get the monkey...
What I'm saying is I need entertainment, bro.
Oh, you
I
just
can't
mean
watch
for
anything,
factor.
so I need to see somebody fucking around in front of me.
You think he's going to be 50 feet in front of you the whole time? You know, he was like miles ahead,
Yeah,
right?
you know. Well, not always. Sometimes he had to be right there with him.
Very end he did. But
I'm going to need somebody that's going to be getting into shenanigans that I can go help. That's a good old
you're
country
going to have
boy.
about 150 bandits because all of them are going to be in jail.
Dude, I'm going to 50 states. Or at least 48 of them.
So even if it was like, if you couldn't have a bandit,
Yeah.
couldn't have a crazy
You
person
put me in a
front.
weird corner here.
I'm just saying, like,
Are you trying to say somebody's offering me a truck driver?
yeah, what's up? Go get your CDL, bro.
Who's it for?
I ain't
International?
gonna tell you.
Who we talking about? Talking about Walmart,
I just
Amazon?
I don't know. I guess I didn't expect that answer from you.
What?
I expected you to be like, yeah, I think I could do it. And that would be it. But then you brought up some fucking monkey.
Look, Uncle Doug and Uncle Wayne both were truck drivers for 20 plus years each. Or actually, Wayne was like 15 years, but we don't talk to Doug anymore because he kind of like dipped on us. He might still be trucking, but he's done it pretty much his whole life.
Yeah.
Now, I went with Wayne from here to Jacksonville and back in like a day and a half because he just had to go drop something off, and he was like, hey, you want to ride with? And he had a PlayStation in his truck, so I was like,
hell yeah.
I get to sleep and play games?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. And I remember that being one of the craziest things in my life, right? And I was like, from here to Jacksonville, I was like, this is wild, bro. I'd never been out of Pensacola.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, this isn't...
You mean crazy like that? I thought you meant like lot lizards and like shit was going down.
Now, I went with Uncle Doug. A few years later, I went with Uncle Doug.
Twist.
I remember seeing Men in Black, or not Men in Black, Wild Wild West in a truck stop theater because it was debuting. In a truck stop theater,
Yeah.
they had a Pizza Hut because I was still a Pizza Hut boy at the time. We got Pizza Hut,
Like the personal pans?
personal pan pizzas, and I got to watch Wild Wild West on the road with my Uncle Doug, and this had to be like, I don't know, northern Georgia, Tennessee area, something like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the coolest memories in my life because I remember when we were leaving, I don't know if we were going to or coming from, but we passed the Tennessee Titans stadium.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I was like, I'd never seen anything bigger than the Civic Center. And that thing
Saw that.
swallowed
Yeah.
the Civic Center.
Civic Center can sit in the middle of the Titans.
Yeah, that could have been the stage.
Yeah.
I was like,
cool, man.
this is insane to me. Never been on a bridge that like pretty much goes over something. Like the bridges here are all low.
Right.
Like other than the one they just built that fell to pieces,
Yeah.
nothing really went up. You know, like the old one we had went up like when you go to the beach, but
Yeah.
you're not going over anything.
Yeah.
In the world, there's bridges that go over
That
things.
I think that's actually the main goal is to go over stuff.
Yeah, but more than just water or just like shit creeks.
Yeah, just like real deal shit.
But I thought that was insane. So like from the eyes of my, I don't know, 7, 8-year-old self, I could do that.
Yeah.
From the eyes of me now, I'm worried about back problems.
Yeah.
Because I see,
guess you're right.
like I know they have like an air ride system in their seat, but can't be good on you to always be sitting.
Just be sitting, 10 hours a day or whatever.
Yeah, I just think of like my asshole, and that can't be good for my asshole.
Specifically asshole.
Yeah, I worried about my asshole and my lower back. I'm an old man now versus 8. Back in 8, I'm like, do they have Pizza Huts everywhere?
Yeah. What are all the other truck stops like?
Yeah. And did we stay in a truck stop in Lake City, Florida, and have lot lizards in the area and me find out what that was? Maybe.
Yeah.
Did one keep my uncle company? I don't know.
Oh my god.
He said, "You want to go play in the arcade?" I was like, okay.
Bet it up, dude. He
He's
gave
like,
me $20. He said,
Yeah,
"Don't come."
Here's $20. Go crazy.
Damn, B. That's wild, man.
I don't know.
Dude, I was just thinking about this. Like, so just letting you know what I was thinking about.
Is this to deal with why you asked the question?
No. This
Okay.
is just about like.
Was that just a random
there's
question?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it because I was thinking
Weird
about.
thought. I said, huh? I said weird thought.
I don't know. Sometimes I just think about stuff like that, like in a different career path, what you think you could do, or if you could do it or not. You know. And
like,
I think people
new
contemplate
world.
I think people contemplate the 18-wheeler thing a lot because it's like, it's a very singular,
Doable.
just by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're alone a lot of the times, or most of the time.
You know what career is very similar to being an 18-wheel driver?
What?
Being a wrestler.
Well,
You're
always
literally on the road the entire year. If you're one of these contracted people that are trying to make a name for themselves, before you get big and can take like a few dates off a year, they're doing like 200 plus shows a year.
But you're always with people. You're around other
But
people.
what I'm talking about is like if you have a family, if you had kids,
Yeah.
Ric Flair, one of his biggest regrets in life is not being closer to his children. They did this 30 for 30 on him on ESPN, and did I cry? I cried. I'm going to tell you.
I get that.
Cried,
I get that. But I mean, like, by yourself. You're not around anybody else.
Is
Do you know
there
what I mean?
any other?
Because wrestlers and shit, you're always with the crew. There's always other people around
Also,
you.
I don't know if you really... Do you know much about truck driving?
I mean, not really.
Everything is on you. And by that, I mean, you only can drive so many hours a day.
Yeah.
There's laws for it. And you
Right.
have to check in. And you have to... Your log has to be right. If your log gets fucked up
Yeah,
and you
I
get
know.
pulled over, you're shut down.
Yeah.
You weigh stations. You have to be honest with that because if you don't go weigh station or if you're over... Because people are always going to try to fudge the numbers to get more money.
Right.
You know, I can haul more. I'm going to get paid more when I get there.
Yeah.
But you got to like go through things and then what about the drug world? Like what if
Yeah.
they're like, yo, take these tires but also some
Yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah. No, I know about I know about the whole like log
I've
thing
always thought about that like
and-
how tempting is that really? How tempting is it? Because my uncles, I don't know what they've done.
I don't know because it's already you think about the number one place you're gonna get pulled over, the road. Duh.
I mean, it's the only place you at
Well, yeah.
other than parking lots.
But and what do you do for 10 hours a day? Drive. What are you carrying? All kinds of shit. And if
Are you talking about
it's
being
just-
bored?
no. I'm talking about the drug thing.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think I have the nerves to do that.
To do drugs? Like
No, to transport.
that's what I mean. Doing
large
drugs like
yes.
that. Yeah.
I don't think I have the nerves to do it. I don't think I could. I would be so anxious the entire time. I would be freaking
Dude,
out.
I also, not even just the drug world, exotic animals.
Anything illegal. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, but
I would be freaking out.
I'd be more freaking out on the exotic animal thing. Because, like, what if you're doing bears or some shit?
They don't
You
tell you
flip
what's in the back.
Yeah, you're like, I can't say. And he's
It's
like,
so
I'm going to
weird.
have to open it up. And I'm like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's some weird exotic animal not from here. And if it gets loose, it's going to, like, run rampant and murder a bunch of people, you know? But, so I was going to tell you the story. This is about, because you were talking about, like, the uncle thing. And I never, like,
Oh, but could you do it? You said you couldn't do it?
I don't think I could do it. I think it would be cool. It would be nice to have quality time with myself for, like, a period of time.
This is the move. Like 3 or 4 months a year.
Something like that. Like a part-time thing.
Yeah,
where I could
summer.
where I could just do.
Or winter would actually be better.
Yeah. But do something like that because I think about all the things that I could do while I'm doing it, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
Like, there's hundreds of books I would like to read or audio you know, all the places I'd get to see, even though you're not
Podcasts.
spending time there or you're not spending a lot
Well,
of time there.
You could end your
Exactly.
trip
but
there
you could
and then spend
a couple
month
days there.
Yeah, or
whatever.
yeah.
But I think about shit like that, and it's like, I think that would be the cool part of the job. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of shit that is not cool about it. The long hours,
being broken
sitting
down.
down. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's not good in it. But I also think about that kind of stuff, and it's like, yeah, I wouldn't hate to do that for like a month or two and just be able to cross a couple things off the list, you know?
Now, what was your other thought?
Oh, so we're going back to Big Hilton. That's what I called Jim Hilton, the guy I was just showing you, the Guy Fieri lookalike guy. We call him. I call him Big Hilton because he was bigger than me, but his last name is Hilton, so we always call him Big Hilton. And we used to go hunting with him a lot at my uncle's property.
Are you about to tell me a big dick story?
No.
Okay.
No. Little dick story. No, just kidding. So we'd always go out there with me, my dad, my little brother. Big Hilton would come with us sometimes. My uncle's always out there. My Uncle Jimmy. He's like the country uncle. He's awesome. He's the one who's got like the jacked up Toyota with the big mud tires and the KC lights on the hood, like the whole nine. Never mind, I probably shouldn't say that. But so we were going out there one time and Big Hilton was coming with us. And my little brother's hunting with my dad. My uncle's doing his own thing, and I'm hunting with Big Hilton. And so
He goes, "You gay boy?"
No, so we go out to the one of the spots or whatever, one of the bottoms. And my entire life, I've been told hunting, you got to be quiet. You wash your clothes in a specific shampoo. You know, you put on
you wash your clothes in a shampoo?
Detergent, sorry.
Okay, I was like,
shampoo.
What?
Yeah, well,
you wash with them on in the shower? You're
shower.
like, are we supposed to be doing this? He's like,
This
keep your
doesn't
clothes
feel
on, boy.
right. This doesn't feel right. But like non-scent deodorant, like shit like that, right?
Have you ever been pranked with being told to put piss on yourself?
Oh, like the doe urine shit?
Yeah.
No. We always put it on the bottom of our shoes though.
Yeah.
Because like you know when you're walking in, you know if you're gonna leave any scent, it should be that of the animal. But I did not know that Big Hilton did not believe in any of those things. Mm-hmm. So he's in the tree stand 100 yards that way. I'm in a blind on the ground. Okay?
How old are you?
I'm probably 11.
And he left
11,
you with
12.
a gun and a blind?
11 or 12. Yeah, as long as you can see the other person. This is Alabama, by the way. This is like, it's way different now.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's way different now. But as long as you can see, you know, the person that you're hunting with, I think you're supposed to, this might get me in trouble. I think you're supposed to be with the child.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is you're talking about an 11-year-old with a gun alone?
Well, here's the thing. I was raised around guns. Like that was my thing.
Yeah, but people are raised around burning crosses, but like there's
they
issues.
still burn crosses.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But no, it was always one of those. I grew up. My dad taught me how to handle guns, and that's the way our family was. We know how to handle guns, and we're not like that was our thing. So I was safe, you know, and so I'm sitting in the blind, and Big Hilton's up in the tree stand, and maybe it wasn't that far because I could still see him, but he's up in the tree, and I look over because I smell something. I look over, and he's sitting up there smoking a cigarette in the tree stand. Just smoking a cigarette, like, fuck it, you know, whatever. And he's chain smoking the cigarettes, like, one right after the other.
He's just like, you see that?
He's like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, that's not, I wouldn't do that, but, you know, I'm good down here. And so, like, 20 minutes passes, and all I hear is, and I look over, and I look up. And Big Hilton is standing in the tree stand, facing the other way, taking a piss off the side of the tree stand. And I'm like, okay. And then like we obviously don't see anything.
He just yells at you, there ain't no deer today, boy.
Did not see shit. And we get back, and my dad's like, oh, did y'all see anything? And I was like, no. I was like, Big Hilton was too busy smoking and pissing in the tree stand. And my dad looks at Big Hilton, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And he's like, man, they can't smell that shit. You're good. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, that was I did not go hunting with Big Hilton very many times after that.
I've actually never been hunting, but I do have woods nature stories that were weird.
Yeah.
Like
hunting is a weird thing. I feel like you don't go hunting unless your dad or your grandpa went hunting, or unless
it's hard for you to just like pick it up.
Get into it. Yeah. It's one of those things like
you gotta know somebody.
Yeah, if you don't have
I've
people
never
around
hunted, but
you.
I've always wanted to do the hunting type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I would do the end of the hunt thing. I don't know that I
do the action of the hunt.
Yeah,
thing.
like it would have to be something I know that it would be for me. Like I would be eating it. Yeah, like I would have to know it's for me. It's gonna be used. I wouldn't want to just kill it for a fucking head on the wall,
dude.
But
that's the main thing that I think people get confused because they see. I mean, some trophy hunting.
Yeah, some people do just
and people do that, and that is
but
that's not hunting. I don't think that's even in the same genre of hunting.
Yeah,
that's like a sport. Yeah. That's totally different than hunting, right? Because when you think about hunting, the main priority is food.
Yeah,
you know,
should be.
But that's what I think hunting.
And certain towns, they give you like a tag, and there's an allotment of like, hey, we got to get rid of this many this year.
Yeah.
And then when depending on if the meat is usable, like if it's not like some rabid hogs or something, you'll give it to the butchers, and it'll be like a give and take kind of thing that it'll help the area.
Right. Well, and a lot of places will do that, and donate it to like shelters and stuff like that. You know, so it gets used, yes, and it even happened recently with the whole Texas freeze stuff. They have a lot of exotic animals from like Africa and stuff, like a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect to see in the United States, like impalas and like javelinas and all these kind of weird animals that you're like, okay, that doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm used to deer and like boar, but these things have antlers that are like wild. They're like crazy looking.
Curly.
Yeah, they're weird
I've
looking.
seen that.
And but a lot of those animals aren't used to having cold like that because they're bred for, or not bred for, but they were grown up. They growed in the warm stuff.
At one point, they weren't there. Then they were there.
They did, and then they got bigger. But that's evolution for you guys, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah,
going deep. But so a lot of those animals just died because their bodies couldn't handle it. They're not used to being in like super cold weather. So they're finding all of these animals frozen in Texas that had just died. That they're like donating to shelters and stuff like that, and
the
trying
Texans
to do
are like, "We'll thaw him out. He be alright though."
yeah. No, dude, I promise Texas will have no problem with dealing with that. Okay, they got it covered. But
he goes, "That's just January, February, March."
Yeah. He gonna be frozen. He gonna be in the freezer.
We're just gonna cut his legs off and move him.
We gonna eat him. But yeah, and that's the way that me and my brother were raised. Is you're not doing that. You're not hunting unless you're going to use every part of that animal. Yeah. And that's the way we are. That's how we process our deer. That's the way that we go into it, looking at it. And I mean, yeah, sure, it does mean a lot more when you're like, when you have the opportunity to take an animal that is, you know, really large, that has pretty antlers and stuff like that. Yeah, that's great. But at the end of the day, it's for, you know, eating.
Did you ever get into, like, I know this seems like it's off on a tangent, but it's not. It'll come back.
Okay.
Do you know who Jason Ellis is?
Jason Ellis?
He's like really big in the podcast space right now, but he was like a really big, like top 3 in the world professional skateboarder.
No.
Jason Ellis, covered in tattoos. He's bald and he fights on Rough and Rowdy for Barstool sometimes.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
It might be his own thing. Anyways, he used to, or probably still has a sponsorship through Red Dragon. It was like a skateboarding company. And one of their demos, I can't remember the name of it, but he had a part in it, and it showed them on a boat fishing, and they caught a shark. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, so you know, like, you probably know better than I, like, you eat the heart. Like, it's part of the, when you catch a shark.
Well, not specifically sharks, but when you catch your first big, like, tuna or something like that, you cut the heart out and eat it.
Well, they caught a shark.
Okay, well. And
he had it in his hand. The dude was cutting it out, got it in his hand, and he was like, they're like, all right, you got to eat this shit. And he's like, I got a shark heart of a shark. And then in the video, they edit it to where it just keeps going on. And he's like, shark heart of a shark, shark heart of a shark. And he bites it. And he like rips it off, and it's in slow motion in the video. And he's like,
oh, that's gnarly.
Red Dragon. Dude, it's so funny. But that like made me think of like, we use every bit of that deer.
Yeah.
Like, I got a deer heart.
Dude.
It's the heart of a deer.
Deer heart. Dude, I tell you what. You want to have a good-ass breakfast? Deer heart fried in a cast iron pan with fried eggs and toast.
Oh, I bet it's
How about
good.
change your life, son?
Dude, I haven't had too much deer in my life, but I've been in weird situations in the woods. Okay? So in Jacksonville.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you 2 weird stories where I found a certain article of things.
Go ahead. Tell me.
So I'm in the hills in Keystone Heights, Florida. Mm-hmm. And the trailer park we lived in was all dirt road.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know, but Cody grew up in trailer parks.
Okay.
I know he's brought it up only a couple times.
Times. I'm a trailer park connoisseur.
Trailer park connoisseur.
So in our neighborhood, much like the neighborhood I've talked about before, which was here in Pensacola, neither one was county. So it was like all private. So the one here, like they had the road paved, but once they paved it the one time, that was it.
It wasn't kept up.
Huge potholes everywhere, whatever.
Yeah.
It is barely even on the earth anymore now. The one in Jacksonville, in Keystone Heights, only dirt ever. But the good thing about it was like the dude that owned the property would have I don't know, a fucking road grader come through like once a month and like grade the soft off.
Yeah.
And pack it.
Pack down though. So it was like a drivable road.
Yeah, it was clay. It was orange clay.
Yeah.
And so at the end of our road, if you like take a left out of our driveway, you could go all the way and you would hit this like road that would end up on the edge of a hill and it would just go down for like a while. I don't know why it was so hilly where we were at. But we used to play in those woods right there. I remember one day, like, I don't know, 500 feet from this area, we were doing this like track in the woods for bikes. Mm-hmm. So we had to knock down a bunch of shit. Yeah. And I'm like
trying to
whipping this tree back and forth. I had broken it in half and I got the top half off. And I was like, but the whole tree's still there. Like pretty much half the tree.
The only part you have to worry about is still there.
And I'm like this and I'm doing this. And it's like a Sunday. And it's at like 5 p.m. Doing this. And one of my sisters, Tiffany, say something to me. And I look over and I'm like, huh? And I push out all the way. And it slips because it has like sap on it. So it like slipped out of me. And whap, dude. And cut my face open. I was bleeding real bad. But I was more pissed off that it had hit me in the face and it didn't feel a thing.
Yeah, it was still standing.
I fucking went to town on this thing.
What's up, dude?
Now, who won that fight?
Tree for sure.
That tree for sure.
Yeah.
Is that tree still up right now? Yeah, but it's wobbly as shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Feeling it today.
It ain't ever going to grow right.
Dude, you know that bit from... This reminds me of the bit from, it's like Family Guy or something. It's like Whoopi the Clown or some shit. It's one of those like punching bag things. Yep. And he keeps going back and forth and then he pulls a gun out and he starts shooting him.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the tree got the better of me. But I fucking hated that tree.
Okay.
Went home crying, got that shit all fixed up.
Now I hate that tree. What's up, dude?
I had a scar on my face. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't looked in a while. But anyway, so like 500 feet from there, we're playing down the hill.
Yeah.
And it's me and my buddy Brian and Matt. And Matt was more my age and my size and everything. And Brian, his older brother, had like special needs. Mm-hmm. But he was like way older than us. We're fucking 12. He was 16. To us, that was way older.
Yeah.
Because he towered over us.
Yeah.
He's like 6 foot.
You think about when you're 12 and he's 16, he's a quarter of your life older than you.
Yeah.
And if you think about a quarter of your life older than you now, that's like 7 years, 8 years, you know?
And like, I feel bad because a lot of people bullied him, and we had this notorious family that was like 3 streets up the hill that would come down and like fuck with him. But they were like even older than him. They were like 18, 19, 20. Real shitheads. Yeah. You know, because if you're that age and you're fucking with somebody with special needs.
Yeah. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. But we're on the side of the hill and we're like walking down. Brian's ahead of us. Me and Matt are walking together like talking shit. Because he was kind of like my friend there at the time. Which me and him went back and forth. So like really good friends to like fist fighting. Really good friends fist fighting.
Shit happens at that age, doesn't it?
It's weird.
12 to 14 is.
We also like wrestling a lot, so like we would wrestle each other.
And
like,
then it would turn
The Rock, and I'd be like, "Ooh, I just fucking rock bottomed you," and he's like,
"No,
that shit was too hard, dude." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I got the title now, so you come for the champ, you come correct." Anyway, Brian's way ahead of us, and he gets to the bottom of the hill. Like this little part where you kind of notice a homeless person has lived there or somebody has lived there because nobody's camping there. Mm-hmm. It's not a campsite because we're like just right at the top of the hill. I mean, we can see the road, and if somebody drove by, they could just look over and see us. Now, Brian gets there before us, and he's like going through the shit there, And I'm like, hey, man, I don't know
Maybe not a good idea.
Yeah, it's like, what if the person's nearby? And he goes, I found something.
Oh,
And I'm like,
mag?
what is this? And this is what it looked like, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looked like they had ripped the front of the thing off. So
Yeah.
it was just like a picture of somebody, but not like, we don't know what the brand was. It was just like a picture of somebody, like, interview words next to it. And I was like, well, what the fuck is this? Bam! I'm talking
Straight Giants?
spread eagle, dude. And that was the first time I'd ever seen porn in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this?
Did you guys steal it and run home fast?
Well, what we did do...
Cut out all the things?
No. What we did was we took the magazine, because there was only one, and we hid it underneath some bushes to come back to. And we all feel weird things looking at, I don't know what to do with these feelings.
What's going on here?
So we're like, we should bury it. We bury it. Cool. We'll come back and look occasionally. And Matt's like, yeah, I agree to that.
You think about that all day.
No, I mean, I don't, because...
No. That day,
Oh,
you were
yeah.
like, the next couple of days, you were like, oh, it's still fucking...
Didn't even last next couple days. Because as soon as your boy got home and he saw them go inside...
You ran back?
I went back and got it. I said, I'm going to have to study this, because if there's something bad in here, I don't need them seeing it.
Yeah, I don't want them seeing it.
I don't want to ruin
You're being a good
kid's
friend.
childhood.
You're being a good friend.
I'm like,
I have
I
another
care
sip of
about
this?
Matt. And what?
Can I have another sip of this?
Yeah, go ahead. And I was like, I don't want Matt to get his feelings hurt and see something he shouldn't. I'll take a look. So, it gets to the point where I have the magazine at my house.
Yeah.
We go back.
You go like 3 days of putting it back in the thing or whatever, and then after the third day, you were like, you know, I'm gonna just keep this in my house now and never put it back.
Now we're hanging out and we're playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 at his house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on like, what was the fucking console that had like the remote that was like, and it had two sticks, but it was like a joystick in the middle.
Oh, Nintendo 64?
No. Was it? Maybe it was. That was like the
It's
super
like
colorful
a triple
ones.
It's like three of them. Three.
Yeah, it looks like the
things
monster
almost.
logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Nintendo 64.
Now
we had one of those. I know what
he
you're
had
talking
one
about.
of those, and we would play on that. But
Yeah.
we only had one controller, so he was playing. And then he's like, "What do you want to do when we're done with this?" And I was like, "Let's go play outside." And then we went and played outside. We would play like throw football because there was only two of us, so that's all we would do is throw the football. And he's like, "Let's go play down the hill," and like gave me the eyes, and I was like, "Okay."
Oh.
And then I was like, "Oh shit, he doesn't know yet." So we're getting there, and this saved my life. This saved a potential problem with me and him. We get there to the top of the hill, and we start walking down the hill. The homeless guy's there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we can't be seen because if he knows we were there, he knows where we at.
Yeah. He's like currently looking through the bushes for the... he's looking for that magazine too.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah. I think we got there when he was looking.
Yeah.
And
he's like scouring around.
And me and Matt see it at the same time, and Matt's like, oh, dude, we can never go back. And I'm like, yeah, we can't. We can never go back.
Did you ever tell him that you had it?
Never. I mean, he's going to find out now if he listens.
Hey.
He never knew.
Holy shit.
Another magazine story. Me, my sister.
You're coming across Playboys like it's nothing, dude.
Dude, not Playboys. Dude, and these magazines were not nice. I'm talking, they were like full fist.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I found some raw. I can't even remember the fuck. I think.
I was going to say, what magazine was doing that?
Remember the first one? It had no cover. So, I mean, when they ripped the cover off, it ripped the binding off. So all you had was papers.
Yeah.
And it was like not color. So it was like an older older porn. The one we lived off of, Michigan Avenue, the Monterey on Michigan Avenue, Monterey's.
Yeah.
There's a house behind there, like on a curve. I think it was like the road was Aquamarine or something like that. Anyways, the house, we move in and we start like cleaning the house, and like Terry, the dude earlier with Papa John's, same guy, like bought the house or was renting the house or whatever, but we had to clean it to get it ready to move in. So I think that was part of the deal. And we're like cleaning it, and I was still the smallest kid at the time, so I must have just been 13. This was like after we had moved back. And I was staying with my mom for like a few weeks, and they were like, hey, can you clean above the laundry room? Because there was like laundry room cabinets. So I got up on the dryer and I started cleaning in the cabinets. And they had all walked away, and I'm like jamming to the song because they had the radio playing in the kitchen, but it was loud enough that you couldn't really hear anybody else. And I like put my hand up, and I was like, oh, that feels like mail or something. And it was an unopened porn magazine. Like somebody
Still
had
on the sleeve.
paid for.
Yeah.
And it was a brand called Wet.
Nice. Of course it was. 2 T's, 1 T.
1 T, W-E-T. Wet. Respect.
Yeah.
Changed my life. Seriously, the first time I got it, I didn't know what to really do with it. The second time I got the magazine, did I study?
That's how you learn.
I studied.
That's how you learn, dude.
Yeah.
So did you keep it? Did anybody ever find out you had it?
I had it for the entire time I was there the first time.
3 months, 7 days, 14 hours.
Now, when I went to go leave, because I just didn't trust that it wouldn't be found, I got rid of it.
Oh, yeah?
Which...
Did it ruin your life?
It's one of those, like, I regret things.
Regret moments, yeah.
I was like, man, what if I still had it? That'd be such a cool magazine. I mean, I'd have to clean it, but, like, it was such a cool magazine.
Well, kind of hard cleaning that.
It'd be cool to get that same...
Yeah, like, get the same issue.
Yeah, it'd be so cool to have that one just to have
that'd be
it.
so funny.
Be like, because this is the first one I legit remember.
But here's the issue with that, is buying it secondhand, you don't know what somebody's done to it.
Oh, yeah. I need it untouched. I need it mint
In
condition.
the same way you
sleeve.
found it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, so here's a homeless guy story. I was thinking about this too. My grandparents used to have they had a piece of property up on, you know, that Civic Inn on, cool. That Civic Inn over there on University.
You talking about the hotel?
Yeah,
Or
like the sketchy
motel?
one. Yeah. So across the street, there's the property on the corner that has never had anything on it. It's been the same way. It's been for sale for 20 years.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? All the woods, it's basically just woods on the other side.
Yes.
My grandparents own that property.
Okay. I don't know what you mean, but I'm going to listen.
Okay. Anyway.
You'll have to show me after.
Well, it's like it's literally across the street from the Civic Inn.
What I'm saying is, like, I don't remember where the Civic Inn is.
West Florida Hospital.
Yes.
Civic Inn is at the corner of West Florida Hospital on University. Here's West Florida Hospital. Here's University running this way. And the Civic Inn is right here on the corner.
Oh, I think I know what it's like a 2-story.
Yeah, it's like blue and white. The sign is.
Gotcha.
It's the property. If the
But
Civic
across
Inn
is a corner of woods. Yeah.
So they own that property. It was like 11 acres or something like that. It was like
Really?
it was like a long piece of property. Yeah, it spanned down to almost to. It went all the way like halfway down that thing or whatever. But so for a while there, they had a lot of really bad homeless stuff. They had a lot of people come like just set tents up and there's trash everywhere and shit like that. So they were getting ready to sell the property. This was probably a year and a half ago. They were getting ready to sell the property, and they asked me if I had anybody that they knew that did like landscaping stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, one of my buddies is actually really good at it. He started his own business. He's got multiple tractors. Like, this is his shit, right? So I was like, cool, we'll bring him out. Because they wanted somebody that I trusted, and because obviously they didn't have anybody. So
they're trying to clear the land?
They were trying to, what they wanted to do was clear a path through the land so people could come out and look at the property, because that was the issue with selling it before, is that there was no way to look at the property. So they wanted to clear a road basically that went along the property line so you could walk the property. So he meets me out. My friend meets me out there, and my grandpa meets me out there, and we start walking the property line because he's got the thing with him and he knows exactly where everything's at. But it's woodsy. I mean, it's like tight. I mean, there's one road that goes to the back corner of the property, and there's nothing else.
Yeah.
So we start walking through. And there's couches in there. There's sleeping bag. Like, everything's kind of turned over or whatever. Everything looks sketchy. And we kind of get back to the back corner of the property. And there is a homeless shelter in the back of the property. There's like 15 tents. There's clotheslines. There's like there's everything, dude. all over the place.
Which
There's
is wild
nobody there.
because I don't think you can relocate homeless people.
Well, if it's on private property, you can't.
You can? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your property, they can't be like if a homeless person came and sat in my backyard, it's my property.
Have
Get
you
out of
watched
my
the Cecil
backyard.
Hotel documentary thing?
Yeah.
You know about Skid Row?
Yeah.
Wild. Anyway.
Yeah, crazy. But so it's private property. They can't be on there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've called the cops multiple times to come do it, and they're like, "Yeah, we can come out here and tell them to leave." But it's like, yeah, we can pull their tents out, but they're just gonna come back. Like it's not like until this gets cleared and people start using this area, it's not gonna change. So we get back. There's nobody back there, right? And so we start walking back, and then we see what appears to be a homeless guy, on like with a bike,
So
starting
in the
to
whole
come
shelter,
back.
there's nobody?
There was nobody there.
Oh, it was
Everybody working
business
corners.
hours.
Everybody working corners, baby.
Business hours, baby.
So it's probably around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Sun's starting to go down. So the guy starts coming back, or one guy starts coming back. And I don't pay any attention to it because I'm like, okay, well, they're going to call the cops again to start clearing some of this stuff out so my buddy can do the road clearing stuff.
Yeah.
So we start walking past him. My grandpa, who is 82,
Dags him.
dude, knocks him out.
Bam.
No, he starts talking to this guy, like having a conversation with him. And the guy's like obviously tripping. Okay. He's like on something. He starts talking to this guy. They start having a conversation and he walks him back out of the road and he's like, well, me and my buddy get out of the road first. They're kind of slowly walking behind us or whatever. And so we get back to the car and me and my homie are talking about like what he's going to have to do and what kind of machinery he's going to have to get to clear everything out and how much it's going to cost. By the time, from the time that my grandpa said hello to the homeless guy and the time they got back to the car, my grandpa had already given him money to guard from homeless people.
What the fuck?
Paid a homeless guy to be like, hey, keep
more.
homeless people out of here.
Yeah.
For real, dude. I don't know how much it was, but he was like, yeah, so we have an agreement or whatever, blah, 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 and stuff like that. He's like, and every time you come back here, I'm going to give you cash to give to him. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he's going to keep the homeless people out. And I was like, he's
That's
won.
like you paying an ant to stay
won.
to keep all the other ants out
To
of the
keep
house.
the anthills out. Yeah. It's like, bro, what is going on? Did it work? No idea. Didn't see the guy ever again. Crazy, dude.
He probably still goes to your grandpa's
I was
and
like,
he's
Docky.
like,
I was
hey,
like,
man.
you can't just be doing that. I was like, I don't think that's the best way to do it. I'm not gonna lie. He's like, what else am I gonna do? I was like,
The guy talked to your grandpa and he's like, I also do home security.
yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
I'm good at watching houses.
He's like, bro,
your house ain't gonna go
I can
nowhere.
watch your house anytime.
Yeah.
And then he stayed at my grandpa's house for 3 months while he was gone. Crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, I think we about ready to wrap this shit up.
Which is crazy because
son.
this is exactly what I knew would happen. I have all these fucking
I know.
interesting.
Well, it feels like we haven't been
questions.
sitting here for an hour and 45 minutes either. So
Let me ask this one thing.
okay.
What is your biggest regret in life, if you have one? Like what is the thing that? I'll have another one after this too, but we'll make them quick. You want me to go first?
Yeah, that magazine.
No, I mean that was a childhood regret,
Okay.
but not a lifetime regret.
Okay.
My biggest regret in life is when I was ill-equipped to deal with an issue that I had in my past. I asked for advice and went against how I felt about it and solely went completely with the advice to a T.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out how I wanted. I mean, it was already going to be a messy situation, but it completely fucked up everything. Still dealing with those results to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, I asked my dad for advice, which I don't think his advice was wrong, but I asked for his advice on a situation where he didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
I gave him the situation, but he didn't really know the ins and outs of it. He just knew
The gist.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I followed it to a T because I was like, my dad experienced. He's my hero.
Not so hot.
Yeah. it didn't work out so great. And I've done that more than one time. And every single time I just follow the advice without going with what I feel.
Right.
Or at least forming it to like some sort of compromise with my heart.
Right.
Never turns out well. But the first time I remember, I was like 15, 16, and I'll never forget that. That is my biggest regret.
Damn.
Not for like...
Put you in like $1 million in debt or something?
No. Not that I want to take back what the decision was.
Yeah.
But I just wish I wouldn't have just sold out to someone else's opinion on it.
Right.
But yeah.
I think mine...
Do you want to know what it was?
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to talk about it. That's why I didn't like.
The more I'm
bring
saying
it up.
I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
So like, I was friends with, and I'll go ahead and say names. Right? I don't give a fuck.
Damn, we going deep tonight, dude.
I was friends.
Talking about that shit's got me feeling a type of way. That just got you feeling a type of way, bro.
Look, and like I said before this, I prefaced it with that I don't mind the outcome.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to be like okay. I was best friends with this guy, Warren. And he was dating this girl.
How gay are we about to get right now?
No, we're not getting gay at all.
Oh.
And he was dating this girl, Marianne. And I was dating her friend, Chelsea.
Right. Did you like Marianne more?
No, I didn't like Marianne at the time. And I was like, I'm fucking kind of done with this relationship, Chelsea. This was the first, like, real relationship I ever had. First girl I ever kissed and, like, touched boobs. Nice. I was like, this is crazy, dude. I was like, this is what comes with a relationship? Hell yeah. We would go to the movies, you know, and like kiss. And I was like, wow, this is wild.
Okay.
And like we'd double date, you know?
Yeah.
And me and her just weren't working out. She's a great person. I haven't talked to her in like, I don't know, 10 years. But she's a great person. She's awesome. And Marianne and Warren were doing hot. You know, they were fucking chugging along. And I was like single for a while. And then Marianne was like, deuces, bro. To
Peace
Warren.
out on him?
Yeah, but they were like, boy, like they were tight.
Yeah.
And then they weren't. And Warren was like...
Ain't that the weirdest thing, by the way? First off, real quick.
Yeah.
You're with somebody for a long period of time. You become, like, best friends with somebody. And it's not even that you're cutting out your other friends. It's just that you spend so much time with a person and that you're, like, caring about this person so much.
Yeah.
You become so close. And then somebody pieces out and you're like, whoa, there goes my best friend now.
Yeah.
It's like the weirdest... It's
because
the
it leaves
fastest
you...
it can go from tight as fuck without any indication, without any, like, oh, things are getting a little rocky. With no kind of
especially when you're a teenager.
Oh yeah,
you're like, wow, I'm on the highest high I've ever felt, like ever.
Yeah,
and then I'm like on the lowest because I've lost my best friend.
Yeah,
and my girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever it was at the time. But they break up, and like I'm boys with him, and like you know we're spending the night at each other's houses. We're like 14, 15, 16. I'm older than him, but I just can't remember the age gap. I think. Not like this. This is a bigger age gap, but so we're hanging out and we start going on like dates with other girls. Like we were best friends at the time, so like we were close. So like he'd be like, "Hey, this girl wants to go on a date with me, but she's not allowed to go alone, so she has to have a friend. And it's gonna be weird if it's just me, her, and her friend. So do you want to come?" And I was like, "Cool." It never was for me. Like, it was not like the girl wanted me to be there.
Yeah.
Neither...
Did her friend.
Either. Yeah, neither of them wanted me there.
Yeah,
and Warren...
That's just such an awkward spot,
yeah, and
dude.
you're like in game mode. So
yeah.
The boy doesn't even want you there.
Yeah.
Your boy, which is like...
He's like, fuck, you do something.
He's like, dude, make a move on her. I'm like... Nobody wants me here, dude.
Make a move on who?
None of y'all want me here.
Yeah.
My parents didn't want me to come.
Yeah.
I had to break so many things to come here.
I had to sneak out for this shit. You serious?
I'm going into debt for this. For you.
Yeah.
And we're just touching boobs. Watching a movie.
You're touching boobs. I'm not even touching boobs.
I'm not even touching boobs. And I'm not even watching a movie I want to watch.
Yeah.
And so we're doing that. So I was like, oh, so I know where we're all going, so that's fine. Like, as far as, like, direction of our life. And then a mutual friend of me and Marianne hit me up and was like, "How are you?" And I was like, "I'm chilling." And there was a rumor that this girl, I want to say her name was Lexi. I could be real wrong on that. But there was a rumor that this girl liked me. So I was like, I was working at Perdido Bay Golf Club and my car broke down. But I was in such a shitty mood that day that I just walked from Perdido Bay Golf Club to Dog Track Road, which is like a 7-mile walk or something in the dark because it was night. I don't know why the fuck it was night, and I don't know. Anyways, so I'm walking, but I'm texting, and this was like right when texting was popping.
Yeah.
Like texting her, and I'm like, yeah, my car broke down. I'm walking home. She goes, that's cool. I was like, what are y'all doing tonight? And she goes, oh, I'm hanging out with Marianne. Going back and forth. She goes, Marianne likes you. And I was like,
I called this before I called this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You didn't call the whole story, but anyways, so she's like, Marianne likes you. And I was like, I mean, that's cool, but
yeah,
me and Warren, dude. Me and Warren are boys. Mm-hmm. She goes, I figured, I figured y'all were boys. And I was like, yeah, so. But I was walking home, and I got home, and then I hung out with him that night. He's like 4 or 5 houses from me. We're watching like Ghost Adventures. This was like right when the episode where the brick picks up and just slings across the room. You know that episode?
No, I don't watch ghost shit, but okay.
But anyways, it was popping. Like that. It was like their first season or something. So we were like getting wild. And we're hanging out, and I was like, dude, you won't even believe this. And he goes, what's up, dude? And I was like, I mean, my car broke down. I walked home, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I was texting Lexi, you know how she is. And he's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was saying some wild shit, dude.
Trying to like piece it together.
Yeah. And he's like, what'd she say? And I was like, she was saying Marianne liked me. And he's like, I don't think so. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so either, dude. I think they're playing a joke. I think they're trying to play games to get you jealous, to get her back. And he's like, yeah, probably. He texts her. He texts her right then. Marianne, he's like, you like Cody? And she goes, I didn't say that. And there's a tiff or whatever. And then Warren's like, I have some of Marianne's shit. Do you mind taking it over there? And I was like, okay.
Why me, though?
Yeah, I was like, why me? But then I was just like, okay.
So let's see what's up.
Yeah, so there's like a cut through the back of our neighborhoods, and you like basically go through the fucking woods, and if you're going to get raped as a child, this is where it would have happened.
Right.
Get to her neighborhood, and I'm like giving her the hoodie back or whatever the shit was. And she's like, well, how have you been? And it's like, I mean, I've been pretty good. That's wild what Lexi said the other day.
Down,
yeah.
walking home.
I was like, wild what Lexi said the other day, huh? And she goes, yeah, that is wild. And I was like, is it true, though? She goes, I mean, yeah. And I was like,
Oop.
What?
For real?
I was like, okay. So, long story short, we start dating. But I asked Warren before all this happened. So I'm like, hey, man, they weren't fucking around. She likes me. What's up? Like, I mean, you've been dating other girls. I've been on the dates.
Yeah.
I did you a favor. I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted me there. This is one of them girls that want me. Or, until we start dating. I don't know. She might not want me, but right now,
we're going to figure it out.
Offers on the table.
Yeah. The first offer I've had in a while. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, and he's like, no, man, go ahead. And I was like, there's an edge on that.
I don't like the way you said that.
He's like, go ahead. I don't like her anymore. And I was like, well, you said it twice now, so I got to take your word for it.
Just say it into the phone one time so I can get it on recording.
And I tell her, and I'm like, yo, he said, I mean, if you actually do like me, he said there's no problems. Like, all of us can still be friends. Cut to me dating her. And, like, awkward for them to be around each other. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm hanging out with both of them every day. Separated, Then he starts liking Chelsea.
Oh.
And I'm like, go ahead, dude. I really do not care.
Yeah.
Like I love Chelsea as a person, but like I honestly did not care that they dated.
Yeah.
I really didn't. Like I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
I did not care because I was like, I know Warren, great person. I know Chelsea, great person. Y'all would be great for each other.
Yeah.
I went over there like the first time. I mean, they all went to school together. They all went to West Florida. I went to Escambia. So none of them went to school with me, but they all went to school with each other. So they all saw each other throughout school. But I went over there the first time he went to her house because I had to get some stuff from her house. And I was like, y'all want to hang out and talk or whatever? I'll just be on the road. And like they got the hanging out and talking, exchanging numbers and like scheduled a first date or whatever. And they dated for a while, but for a while for kids. I mean, we're fucking a month and a half maybe we're talking. And they just did like not in love stuff.
Okay.
You know, I don't know how far it went.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But like I was starting to really like Marianne and she was starting to really like me. I really liked her family and all this stuff. And this is like at the beginning stages of me being a teenager, being emo, like getting those feelings. I never did like the all black and all that shit, but I got like the feeling, like I listened to that type of music, but I like visually have pretty much always looked like this minus the tattoos.
Yeah.
My hair got a little longer at one point, or it was in a mohawk. But like it was the beginning stages of me feeling those types of feelings. And don't know why this ever went through my head, but I thought it was a good idea to be like, in a weird guy way, to be like hard to get or understand. I thought that was like cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think we should break up. And she's like, what? And she's like, why? What's going on? And I was like, I'm going to be a bad boyfriend. She's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I feel bad for Warren, for doing this to Warren. And I'm going through things, so I don't think I'm going to be a good boyfriend to you. And this shows you how great Marianne was as a person. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, take your time. Like, if you ever feel like you could come back to us or whatever, go ahead. And I was like, okay, so we're both single, yeah? And she's like, okay. The second we broke up, I went and told him. I was like, yo, I broke up with her and I thought I was going to not be a good boyfriend. Also, just as big of a point, I did it because I wanted to be better friends with you again. And I felt like that made us fall to pieces.
Was this the advice you asked from your dad?
I asked my dad, I was like, what should I do? Because I feel like me and Warren are falling to pieces.
Yeah.
Like, we used to be tight, like skate every day on the bridge. We built ramps and shit. Like, skating was our thing together. Yeah. Like, podcasting and shit in comedy for us. But I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm fucking 15, 16, whatever. This is the first time I've ever really come across this because with Chelsea, it was pretty clear cut that I was like not feeling it. I don't know what to do here because I've never been in a 3-way thing like this. And he's like, honestly, who do you care more about? And I was like, well, Warren, because I've known him longer and like that's my boy. And he's like, your boys will always be there. Girls will come and go. And I was like, that's the first time I ever heard anything like that. And I was like, that's wild, dude. Because like Grant,
it all makes sense.
Yeah, Grant was like my boy for life, but like he found another friend that like had more money so they could do things like trampoline and play video games. All I had was like a broken down trampoline.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, boys aren't always there.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. All right, I'm gonna go through on this advice because he's like, I would stick with your boy.
Yeah.
You know, I know how y'all are, and because he would see us all the time because we'd be at each other's house. As soon as we broke up, he's like, that's cool, dude. Yeah, we can hang out more, man. I'm sorry, like we went through this, and I was like, cool. Boom, they got back together. And I was like, okay.
Hold on now.
I was like, that's fine. but like, we're boys, yeah? And he's like, yeah, we're boys. I mean, you don't mind? And I was like, I don't mind. I mind.
Yeah, yeah.
And they got together, and then it was like such a gradual
Drop off of. Yeah.
we are never boys again.
Damn, dude.
I mean, I've seen him in life several times, and we have skated before, and we've all three skated together at W Street Skate Park.
Is this the gallon of water guy?
Yeah. He's like semi-ginger. He's not ginger, really. But he's got freckles, and he had curly hair, and he would...
Guy.
I'll show you pictures afterwards.
I thought you were talking
him.
about that's a lot of water guy.
No, that was just some random
I
kid
know,
at the park.
that's what.
No.
That was the joke.
Anyways, we've all skated together,
Okay.
and he's a good dude. But that was like when we all skated together was like the closest we've been since.
Yeah.
And it was only like, hey man, weather looks nice today. You want to go skate?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, yeah, I'll meet you there, or I get off at this time. I'll be there at this time. That was it. So it's like that whole situation.
Are they still together?
No. Like, she ended up being with somebody else, and then Warren got... I mean, we were 15, so this was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But, like, Warren's had a baby with this other lady now, and I don't know who he's with or if they're together or whatnot. Beautiful little baby girl. And I don't even know anything about Marianne anymore. Mm-hmm. But, like, the point was, like, maybe do some of your own mix of your advice, their advice, take in a lot of whatever.
Well, it is good to have somebody else's advice, whether you follow it or not. You know. But
what's your biggest regret?
Well, it's definitely not gonna be that long. I'll tell you that. No,
and I was cutting some of that short.
I think honestly, like, I love the career that I'm in now, and I love where I'm going, and I think I was always meant to become like a cook, a chef, do that at some point.
You're also what, 21?
22.
22?
Yeah.
So you ain't even really lived life.
Right.
To have any super big regrets.
I think even now, I think one of my biggest regrets is not playing golf as much as I should have, and doing it and taking it more seriously. Because I think if I had played my last year, if I had played my senior year and really got my ass into gear and did some things, I think I could be playing that more seriously now. And I think I would still take the game seriously, which I loved. And I still play it. But I think I could have gone somewhere with it initially.
Do you think if we were to go out on the greens right now, I would stand a chance?
No.
You're that good?
I'm still pretty good. Like, I'm still pretty good.
I don't know shit about golf, and I worked at a golf course like 5.5 years.
I'm still pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna...
Like, what would be the gap between me and you? Like, could you put that into numbers, or...
If we played 18 holes, I'd beat you by 40 strokes, probably 50 strokes.
And what does 18 holes normally take?
Well, the par on a normal 18-hole golf course is like 71, 72.
So I'd be in the 120s?
You'd be 130, 140. I'm not an even golfer.
You mean golfer. I'm doubling the track record?
Yeah. I'm not a par golfer anymore.
What does that mean? You're under?
No, I'm over. You want under par. The least amount of strokes,
yeah,
right?
So you're worse than the record?
I could go out and shoot 80s, low 80s, high 70s if I wanted to. If I really wanted to play, I could play. And
that's
80.
not good enough to be like on a tour?
No.
I thought these guys people on these tours are like breaking even sometimes.
On some courses, yeah, but then you see
you're 10 off. That doesn't seem like that hard.
It's not laid out the same way. It's very different. The way they prep a golf course for a tour and just people playing it, 10 times harder.
So could you beat an amateur?
No.
No? Like, where are you at?
He's like, I'm just trying to grasp what's going on here. I'm not college level anymore, definitely. But I could go out and
whoop a high schooler's ass.
I could beat some high schoolers, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some seniors out there that are shooting par and under par, every day.
But that's just local shit.
Yeah, that's local people around here. But we have a really big golf game around here. Like Pensacola is really good for golfing.
Did you ever do golf for like money? No, I don't mean like you got paid to golf. I mean like you
Like bet?
you slinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We played skins all the time. Like a dollar
What is it?
hole
Okay, that's what I was
type
asking.
thing. Yeah.
What's
So,
the
like,
craziest bet on when you done?
We played $5 a hole one time.
Okay. I'm talking like triple digits. Really, what I'm getting at, $100. Like, what's the deepest you ever been in debt to someone?
Bro, I was in high school.
You're like $2.50, bro. A chocolate milk at lunch,
Bro,
dude.
most of the time, not trying to toot my own horn, most of the time I would never go into debt in anybody because your boy was whipping. But,
Okay.
but I mean,
Did you play But did you like come off like? Oh,
no,
man, I don't even play.
Everybody
good.
knew I played golf.
Oh, you couldn't hide it.
Yeah, you couldn't hide it. But even at the end of the day, if we were somewhat even, like, it doesn't. But yes, you would get murdered if we went out and played.
Me.
Yeah, for sure.
What makes you so confident, dude?
Because I know you can play.
Okay, so you know I can't play.
Yeah. Have you ever played?
Taking this personal.
Have you
kinda.
ever played? Not even once.
I have hit golf balls into the what's the thing where
Driving range?
I've hit golf balls off the cart path into the driving range plenty.
There you go. 140.
Boy, skip.
130, 140.
That's fast in a car, you know what I'm saying? I'm going fast on that field.
We ain't racing.
Oh, we are racing.
But no, I think that's probably my biggest regret. Just because I think I could still be doing something with it now. You know?
That's a honestly good regret.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but like that's a good quality one because
Well, I don't take it too hard. Sorry. I don't take it too hard because I'm in the position I am now because of that. I'm working in a great restaurant, doing a thing that I love, doing something that I think is going to become my career or that will become my career.
It will for sure.
So I don't take it too harshly. If I was working at a Tom Thumb or something and didn't have anything to do in my life,
like, what the
then
fuck?
I'd be like, what the fuck was I doing? But I'm in a good position now. So I can look back and say, yeah, I wish I had taken it more seriously and I wish I had done more with it and played more and continue to play. Yeah. But, you know, can't do anything about it now. I can still play. I can still go out and play and I love to. But now with time just being the main barrier between that is like, it's kind of hard to get out on a day that I work because I work every day and go out and play 9 holes and then go into work, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I should
It's also
still
a
do it.
time-consuming hobby.
It is very time-consuming.
And you can't exactly do it any time of the year. Like, you're going to have hurricanes and shit that'll maybe knock out the course for a while.
Yeah.
I remember working at the course when a hurricane hit, and damn, that was a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
Just to get it
semi
playable. Not even like you could do the whole 9. We only had, or the whole 18. We only had the front 9 available because the back 9 trees had fallen and fucked up the fairway, and some of it clipped the green. So it's like we had to rebuild some of the foundation because the fucking tree was heavy as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that, and this is the other question.
Okay.
What do you think, and this is like a 2-part because I need your answer first and then ask you the second question. What do you think the greatest gift you can give somebody in life? And I don't mean like a baby. I mean like if you were to give somebody something.
Like a concrete thing?
No, anything. What do you think that is? I have my answer and I feel like it's going to be everybody's answer.
Knowledge?
No.
Now, you're going to say your thing and I'm going to feel like a complete dumbass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think knowledge, though. I mean, without thinking about it too hard. Yeah.
Time.
Yeah. I can see that.
And this is what I mean. You love your dad, right? And your dad's what? 50?
50. Yeah, 52.
52. If you could give your dad, with the consciousness he's in now, but take him back to when he was a teenager, like if you could give him that time, like give him what he knows now, but
now you're talking about like magic shit. I'm
No,
not
listen,
trying to bring in
listen.
magic bullshit.
No, just listen.
If I let me go back, magic carpet. That's what I give to people.
No,
or genie with 3 wishes. How about that?
No, you wouldn't. You know why? You don't know a genie.
You're right. Do you know how to turn back time?
Yeah.
No. How? Shut up.
But this is what the major question was. If you could do that for anybody, and it doesn't have to be the time thing, but who is the person in your life you would do anything for, like the most valuable person in your life, like that you would give
That
whatever
sucks.
their gift
That's hard.
would be the best for?
That's hard because there's like, I think of family right off rip.
Yeah.
Like I think of my grandparents. Like I don't like my grandpa, the one who like I like taught me how to play golf.
Is that the one that I went to the sushi place with?
Probably.
Okay.
Sushi place.
We all went to like something kind of on that.
Talking about Tokyo, the hibachi thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
He seemed real cool.
yeah, he's like everybody that knows my grandpa knows that he is like one of the best people ever. Like,
So
he's
what
such
would you
a good
give him
dude.
if you could give him anything? Would it be for
would
him
be-
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't even imagine what like.
Well, what if he was your age? Like, and y'all could experience life together. Like, and you could have him
being
around for
being
it.
his age or whatever, or being him being.
You're having such a hard time with this. You're like, hold on, I'm his age? No.
Wait, we
I'm
switched?
giving you his. You're
No,
like,
no, no.
but he old. Me be old?
No. Do you mean like him have the same consciousness that he does now? Him knowing that he's 87
in
and being
your
my,
age of a
being
body.
that would be cool because I
That'd
would
be
like to
so
see
cool.
because
Y'all could play golf together.
because the
dude.
biggest thing that he has is knowledge. He's a knowledgeable person. He's
Yeah.
a respectful person. So to see what he could do in another lifetime with the knowledge he already has, he would solve all the problems in the world. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I think about is like thinking about when he passes away. Because, I mean, obviously it's going to happen. Dude, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Because that's like one of the biggest parts of my life. My dad and my grandpa. For real. So it's like, and I mean, he's affected so many people the same way he's affected me. So it's like hard to think about shit like that, you know? Because if I could, that would be the one person I think, not only for me, but for the rest of my family.
Yeah, it would only benefit everybody.
Yeah, literally everybody. And people you don't even know.
Yeah.
Because he was a radiologist for a long time, and he was like an ultrasound technician, and he did all these different kind of things. But he wrote papers and books and stuff about like very new technology that was coming out that he was studying and doing all this stuff for.
Yeah.
So like the fact that he could be doing that kind of stuff now again, I guess, but doing more like that pertains to now, the technology of today. Yeah, I mean, who knows what he could do. So, yeah, that's crazy.
It's a wild thought.
I don't like ending on a sad. That's a sad note. I don't
Was
like
that
that.
a sad note? I don't
feel
think
like
that's a
that's
sad
sad.
note. No, because
That's
you're talking
weird.
about somebody you really care about.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
Like,
But
I would give my dad.
yeah,
Because my grandpa was such a hard person
yeah,
that I feel like he was burned by the war. Because he was in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he was kind of, like, beaten into that type of mentality.
Persona,
I'd
yeah.
give it to my dad because my dad's in such bad physical shape now.
right.
That if he could be my age and we could grow up together and just like vibe on some shit, dude.
Yeah,
Like I couldn't give it to anybody now. Like I couldn't give it to you because you're younger than me.
yeah,
So it's like I got to think of older people.
right.
Who would I give time to? And that's got to be the one, dude.
Yeah,
You know, because I'm not real good friends with too many older. There is this older guy that I did work with at the golf course called Victor Bronkhurst. He's from South Africa. He sounded like. Do you remember the Thor movie when he was on the other world with Hulk?
yeah. Ragnarok.
Yeah, but he was in the little holding chamber with the rock dude, and he's like,
yeah,
"You sound like Doug."
yeah.
Victor sounded just like the guy that said, "You sound like Doug."
Oh, really?
Just like it. So everything he said sounded just like that. And
That's
he was
tight.
the wildest old man. He was so cool. He called me like a year ago and he was like, we should get up for lunch. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. And I totally lost my fucking contacts when we got these new phones.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But I would love to like sit there and talk to him because he was so fun all the time. He would outwork us.
How old was this dude?
I mean, at the time I had to be 16 when I started there. So I was like 21 when I got fired for the last time. I got fired like 3 times from there, but they kept taking me back. So that's on you. But he had to be like 56 at that time.
Really?
So he's got to be close to 70 now.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's crazy, man.
But we can wrap this up. But I just thought that was like an interesting.
Yeah, that's a thoughtful question.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this one up.
You have anything you want to shout out or anything?
Man, just all the homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't really have too much shit going on right now.
Just so you guys know, this is gonna be like coming out in March, obviously, but this episode moving forward, which I mean, episodes ago moving forward are all newer episodes now, but moving forward from this episode, guaranteed they're all new episodes.
Yeah.
Like with all the great quality of the new mics and equipment and everything. Like I apologize for the lapse in quality in the past.
Yeah, we've kind of had a weird like going back and forth between
because we got to release
stuff.
banked videos or banked audio, but then also record ones, and then we don't know.
Yeah,
what
so
the
we're trying
best
to
scheduled.
Yeah, we're trying to not get rid of, but post the stuff that we already.
Yeah,
Something's in my throat.
it's in peppers, bro.
Dude.
So I'm gonna stop quoting what episode this is because I never know now what it's gonna be. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And
thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Please don't ask for more hot stuff. That'd be cool.
Y'all should just so it tortures Hilton.
Nobody asked for it, but this was Cody's dumb idea, and I hope he doesn't find anything else that's really hot because I'm not a fan. But yeah, we appreciate y'all coming and hanging out, and talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, we love you guys. We out.
Yee.
Yee.